voices. All right. So does anybody remember the many things that happened previously?
Well, a certain jerk in the party killed a bunch of rats.
I
Oh, it wasn't a
don't
certain
remember
jerk.
that.
It was a specific jerk.
Oh yeah, it was
Oh, yug.
um but no, in more seriousness, we're trying to track down what the owner of the one inn is his nefarious deeds, because he might be behind this whole new drug craze that's taken over the town.
The kids love it.
So now we're in the sewers beneath the town following a trail, and we've bumped into a really big otyuk, which has thinned out the biosphere down here. There's a lot less bigger nasty things because this thing's killed all the bigger nasty things, and now we're dealing with it.
The key element of a healthy sewer. But yeah.
And it had the audacity to assume it was at the top of the food chain, so now it's gonna die.
Any food chain I'm not the top of is a fucking problem. Yeah, that's fair. That I will say that is an aggressively lizard folk mentality. Or human, realistically. But yeah, that's fair. You guys are investigating stuff, and it led you into the sewers, and you found a random room, utterly ransacked it, continued on your way, and then attacked a poor innocent sewer worker. But we are currently in combat, and it's top of the order. It is Balthazar's turn, and I think Jotazo got free. I'm gonna say he's free because he doesn't have the symbol on him anymore, and God help me, I don't remember. So, yeah. Oh,
Well,
and the area inside this aura is like sunlight and
Like Death Valley,
outside.
yes,
Yeah. Just
or
blinding.
the salt flats in California or Nevada or wherever, just
Exactly.
blinding light.
It burns us type thing. But yeah.
I would also like to remind everyone that Purser is very adamant against killing this thing.
I'd like to
I
remind
will
you,
Don't give a
maybe,
shit
Alive
what.
if possible.
and I'd like to remind you, you should have alerted us to a fucking yug in the cellar.
I don't think he knew about it.
I didn't know where
No,
it
the
was.
entire time he's like, "Oh, they must have gotten my special order, ominously." And then, as like Jotazo is getting 60 hit points of damage in one round. Oh, what a remarkable creature!
No, it wasn't like that. It burst out of the water and was like, "Oh, they did get it."
That's great. Well, hopefully they have a return. Hopefully they have a return date. Anyway, I'm gonna flurry.
If you like it, you can buy another one after this one's dead.
No,
15
you're
hit?
buying the other one.
Fuck no, I'm
Purser's
not.
having any part of this.
I didn't start this shit, but I will finish it.
No, I'll
I
glad.
see
I'm gonna
some
kill
other-
you. I'm gonna kill your fucking hentai monster. I ain't paying you for a new one.
This is well, I mean, I'm not even touching that one. All right, yeah. So,
Yeah, wait.
25 and 15 hurt. Yeah.
All right.
That's it.
That'll be. Did I? Oopsie daisies. I rolled the wrong thing again. Let me just
It's
there.
okay.
There. Let's take that. So that'll be 7. That'll be 24s.
24s. Okay, I like that. Easy to calculate.
Yep, and then I'll flurry. 12 and 8. I don't think a 12 will work.
No, 12 sadly does not quite hurt.
But that'll be another 14 force.
Okay, another 14. I'll just take that right off. All right. Yeah, you're whittling away at it. It doesn't like it. If it wasn't
Alright.
such a
That's all I
chonky
got.
boy, it could run away. Okay. Mercy. This horrible sewer monstrosity is being beaten on viciously and blinded. What do you wish to do?
I think I am going to maintain the daylight spell,
Okay.
because that's a concentration, and that is.
I don't
No,
think
no,
it needs to do the
not daylight.
blind
Sorry,
save
daybreak.
again, but yeah. No,
Dawn.
I know what you meant. Yeah.
Okay.
but it does probably need to do a save against damage, I would imagine.
Yes. A creature must also make the saving throw whenever it ends its turn in the cylinder.
Well, I will do that when it gets to poor beastie's turn.
Holy crap! If I'm within 60 feet of the cylinder, I can move it up to
Move it.
60 feet as a bonus action.
That makes sense.
I like to move it. Okay. Well, in that case, I think I'm going to Toll the Dead.
Okay. Wisdom saving throw. It's not as good at those. And surprisingly, in spite living in literal sewage, it doesn't have any resistances versus necrotic, which that is fair.
Weird.
Eh. Does a 4 pass with the nat 1?
No.
Alright. It
Why
also
does
is
that
been damaged,
never?
so do the d12 one.
Okay. So this would be we are 9th level, so this is still 2d12. 17 necrotic.
Okay, not bad. Minus 17. Alright, it's definitely being whittled away at. Anything else?
I am going to maintain position by this door.
Gotcha. Alright, Purser. Your party, flame bless them, bless their hearts. They're good people, mostly, but they do tend to have a bit of a destructive streak sometimes. What
Yeah,
would you
it's
like to
nice when
do?
it's channeled against the forces of evil, but this is the forces of
Sewer
sewage
management.
treatment plant.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna cast banishment on the Otyug.
Ooh, okay, all right. Doesn't have a great Christmas score, I don't think. Although I don't know if is it charisma? Charisma saving throw. Yeah. Once again, amazingly for a creature that lives in sewage, it doesn't have a great score. All right, let's
It'll
give
be a
the.
DC 16 save.
Alrighty, 7. So yeah, it is going to let out a and be utterly changed layer. Vanished.
So yeah, there's a bit of a popping noise as a burst of silver flame explodes where it was.
Yep.
And then it'll turn to Mercy. Let's get that door open. We need to get out of here before it reappears. Come on.
Okay, the moment I hear reappear, Jotozo stays in place and readies an attack for when it comes back. He's a little bit mad about the thing that beat the brakes off of him.
Okay. Fair enough. Then we will stay in initiative. And if there's nothing else, Purser.
What's involved with the door? It was like a heavy valve or something? I don't remember.
It is a large, chonky door that seems to be locked. It is giant-sized and locked, which let me get out the thing here. Actually, wait a minute. Let me look up my notes here on this. Oh, okay. So it is giant-sized and locked, but the door, like several others that clearly are meant to have standard human or medium-sized creature usage, has been renovated a bit, so there is a system to basically pull something to open it, but it has been locked. But that does mean more mundane methods can be used to unlock it.
Yeah.
That's
I have no significant ability to help with that, so I'll
well,
end my
yeah,
turn.
but it's still something.
Right. I just can't
Uh,
do it without a full action that I just used.
yeah, I gotcha. Okay, Josuzo, you are prepping an action for you know, cue the I don't remember the name of the artist. It's the guy who made the bike cuck meme, but the one who Winter, where are you? And you see Winter is just waiting around. Come on, is that Josuzo here?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. All right, then we'll go to top of the order. Balthazar, there doesn't seem to be an immediate threat, but it may return.
I'll ask Jotazo if we can leave so we can continue going forward.
I mean, Jotazo is mad.
You know what? I'm gonna give an inspiration to Balthazar for that. This is the first time I think I've ever heard Balthazar not want to smoke when given any other option. That's character growth right there. I'll take it. God damn. Attaboy.
All it took was me recovering from an actual addiction.
There you go.
But yeah, I'll ask him, can we just leave and go forward? I already hate it in here.
Jotazo is thinking.
He's pondering the sewage as it slowly
he,
burbles.
he respects Balthazar's like ability to like fight. And at least this isn't an argument of it's a precious member of the sewage community. We
I think
can't
it was
hurt
more
it.
it's an expensive member of the sewage community. I love the
I don't
idea
know
that it's
about
the
you, but
biological
I'm not
equivalent.
paying my Autug insurance.
I love the idea that it's the biological equivalent of like a massive boiler, and you guys, there's no warning sign. It's not OSHA compliant, so you walk in, burn yourselves on it, and get out like pickaxes and start beating the shit out of the boiler.
That is exactly the vibe, yeah.
Well, I mean, boilers
Li-
don't generally try to like actually eat
Yeah.
you.
No,
Yeah, but what if
Yeah.
they
no,
did?
I'm
I
not
was
saying I
casually
wouldn't do it.
walking, minding my own fucking business. I didn't touch anything blatantly hot, and this thing like grabbed me, used me as a fucking shield, and beat the brakes off of me for 60 hit points.
It's behind a locked door.
This is a main causeway. What do you mean
Behind a
locked
locked
door?
door. I don't know what to tell you here. We're in the wrong. I'm here for it, but we're wrong.
For the record, I'm not saying I wouldn't take a pickaxe and beat the shit out of him. I'm not above that as a person. Anyways, okay, so Balthazar is Balthazar
If
uses reason.
I'm trying to convince him, but I'm still sitting there ready in case I don't convince him in time.
Yeah, you know, just in case the smoke is still on. Okay, Mercy, the big door is in front of you. It has remained locked. And it is even with modifications is a chonky door that hasn't proved much of an impediment to you just ripping things off their hinges thus far, but it's there.
Hmm. Concentration still leaving the daylight or the dawn spell up, and
Okay.
I'm using my inspiration to get that 31.
That's
Chris-
fair.
Christmas comes again.
Yeah. Yeah, in that case, with a horrible wrenching like crunch, the man, there's just whatever sewer worker comes down here is gonna look around and be like, "What the fuck happened?" As yet another door
Uh,
is wrenched out of the masonry and like nearly falls backwards, and you know, what do you lean it against, the door or the floor, or yeah, against the wall or the floor? What do you do with said removed door?
um,
It's very big.
just kind of like tilted so it's a little bit like askew so that we can get through the door. And I'm just thinking of that one scene in Ghost in the Shell where she's trying to like tear open the tank hatch.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I can just imagine Mercy just like digging her fingers into it and like servos whining and the belt of giant strength doing the Lord's work. And
Yeah,
she literally just rips this thing off of the like its frame.
fair enough. Yeah, and the spider tries to skitter to the side as like the door is slammed next to it. You could use it as an enormous swatter if you wanted. And The door is now permanently opened. Uh, and you see what looks like a ladder ascending to another section of the sewer ahead.
I have opened up the way, friends. If we could please proceed.
I believe you. Come on, Kyoto.
Wonderful, Mercy. Good job. And I'll like give her a clunk on the shoulder.
Bonk.
Very
Yeah.
angrily and bitterly, Jozo will like trudge, occasionally glancing back at the pool for the thing to fucking appear, which he kind of hopes that spell ends early. Because if he sees that fucking thing again, he will kill it. Like,
Zach here is trying to find it. There we go.
Yeah.
But yeah, then yeah, if everybody is basically withdrawing from combat, I think it lasts like a full minute, so
It's a
that would,
minute, yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna just move out of initiative then. And assuming Purser doesn't let it stop, it has no way to like get out of limbo, so it's just there
Yeah,
until,
it'll stay the whole duration.
yeah, fair enough.
And then through the wall, Gyotaro comes in with the iron chair.
Yeah, hollows out the sewers above it, so like the ceiling collapses.
Jozo says something that that thing better hope that we don't have to double back.
We'll
Fair
find a
enough.
way around it, don't worry.
Cool. All right, well, in that case, you guys ascend to the next layer of sewers, which I say next layer, this, given that a lot of this is how would I put this? Um, given that a lot of this is renovated, there we go, renovated sewer systems and whatnot, uh, it's this is clearly a more modern addition. Because one, it doesn't have the like labyrinthine maze elements that the lower areas did, and two, it's
It
pretty
it isn't
like it,
20 feet wide for a
yeah,
giant.
it's not like, oh, I could set up several houses in here or anything. It's like, oh, this is, if I jump up, I'm gonna hit my head type thing. So let's see here, past the sewer. Okay, yeah, in that case, then you guys head follow the relative. There's a few branching points, but most of them are like you would need to be dog-sized to easily traverse it. Let me. And you're able to find a way out of the sewers. Here.
Where's the math man?
Well, that is a good question. Oh, I just realized. Let me put the date up. It's, I would say, after all those shenanigans following it, roughly 3 p.m. Go. But yeah, so you guys come out of the sewers in a like where is it? The outskirts of the settlement. Where did I put it? Over here. There we go. And what is this? I might as well look. Yeah, pretty much. Um, but yeah, you see, this area hasn't really developed much. Largely just because the natural growth of the settlement hasn't gotten that far, even with the just explosive growth that it's had in the last year or so. There are serious physical limits on how big it's going to get, at least initially, and it just hasn't gotten this far yet. Out here, they have put things like tanneries, butchers, stuff that you generally just don't want in the city center for obvious reasons. There's a tannery, 2 barns, and a butcher out here. But at the moment, it seems relatively um, unsuspicious, innocent. Drawing a blank on wordage today. But yeah, it seems relatively innocuous. There we go. But and I will say, like, you see the manhole cover, but you're on paved stone again. You would need another survival check to reasonably pick anything up, but even if you crit it all the way to hell and back, you're on like city streets. It's matter kind of hard to track on city streets. Uh, but you don't see anything obvious here right now.
Maybe they were really it was really hot and they tried using a skid steer on
Yeah,
the
yeah, it could
axle.
be. Yeah, yeah. They're really incompetent and they melted the wheels and left a trail of like fucked up rubber. No, you don't see anything that obvious.
Well, you said it's a survival check with disadvantage. I'll still take my
Not
chances.
disadvantage. It's just a like limited factor in what you're gonna find, no matter what. But yeah, you can go ahead and make it.
Can I
Maybe you'll
do
spot
a
something.
perception will work?
Sure, in a more general sense.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
go
say,
ahead.
'cause survival, I mean, it's an urban place.
Yeah, it's basically following tracks. Perception is more general, like, a series of busted windows. Something must have been
Hmm.
there. Or
All
that
right,
type of thing.
15.
Okay. An 18 in survival and a 15 perception. As I said,
You know
there's
what?
not
You gave
anything.
me a freebie for
Yes.
my change of pace. Can I make that 27?
Sure. Yeah, that is always within your power. Yeah, with a 27, you're glancing around, and let's see. You know what? With a 27, we'll say you spot like what looks like large like little like arm length sections of something shiny, like 1 or 2 spots. And going over and like looking at it closer, it's not any kind of metal. It looks like a little bit of chitin from some kind of shell. Black, somewhat decently thick, and it's just a section of chitin. It's not like a whole shell or something, but it's about arm length. Uh, That's really the only odd thing you find here, and that honestly could be coming from the butcher. But they're clearly making use of the sewer grate for that butcher's uh waste disposal elements. The the flow here was probably one part of why the Ontiag or whatever set its layer up at that particular juncture, because you can see a heavy flow of putrefied meats and bones and whatnot making its way down. But
Tasty.
yeah, that sticks out to you as you only see a little bit of that, and most of the bone and waste is like dumped down the sewer grate. This
I'll
is
take
a little
a little
ways
bit
away.
of that chitin. Of that
Okay,
chitin.
cool, cool. And anybody else have any ideas or concepts?
Um, I, hmm.
Jotazo tries to use his study of Kuravar cities to see if anything's out of place, and does probably better than he should have.
I mean, part of it's core of our cities, part of it is like you do slip into hunting skills that you learned. Um, yeah, you're able to, Kurovar also have hmm, waste things. oh, look, and like, so looking around, I would say, uh, you know what? This would be something that's visible even in city streets. Um, Jotazo notices that even though this area is pretty dingy and crappy, there is some plant life and just kind of a little bit of trash on the side of the street. Not bad, but definitely this is a less stridently cleaned part of town. And you notice that, like, in barns, there's obviously when they were storing what's one of the I think corn. That's one of the big things they're growing here is they're trying to grow corn. Um, you see that like the stalks from it kind of blow all around the area, just because they're not going nuts about keeping the edge of the city sparkling. But Jotazo, you notice that around where that bit of chitin was found, there's like a few ovals where the city streets are like swept clean of these you know stalks or just grass. Loose things have all been swept clean in a few ovals all around the city streets,
That's weird.
specifically in this little alleyway.
Yeah, scratching his chin, he then points it out to the rest of the party, and I read about this. Uh, but many put in Kuravar to prevent fires. They tend to clean up uh, the debris from farming and the like. That's not because stone streets and the like allows things to dry, unlike the dirt roads of home, as well as all much water. Uh, it's not everywhere here due to lack of services, which I'm sure in time it will be much like Kuravar, but they must have a privately hired person do that for important building. But perhaps our criminals did that.
How big are these ovals? I was stepped out when. Hi.
Okay. Hi. Um,
There's a dog like climbing into my lap.
okay. I figured it was Freya.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm not at home.
Yeah.
I would say the ovals are like double the radius of like a good size pickup truck. So
Okay.
pretty wide. And I would say there are, from what Jotazo can find, there are 5 of them. 5 pretty clear ones. It's one of those things you're not going to notice it if you're not really looking. But between a bunch of people combing the streets, you found
Right.
so far they found a chunk of chitin about as long as as like a human arm. Looks like it's part of a larger heath, and 5 ovals of like cleared stuff.
Wait a moment. Now that I've actually the description actually clicked in, would it look like something of like similar to how like if you routinely park draft animals and shit in a spot, they'll just eat all the like all the greenery that's there.
Not
It had to be a
quite.
big animal.
Not quite, but you know what? Let's see. Jotazo, you were on this island. Give me a history check with advantage, because this is making your lizard brain activate. Neurons fire.
Well, I can't promise great results because oh wow, I actually did select that as a class skill, which in hindsight makes sense, but you know.
Okay. 13. You know what? I'm gonna say it's just enough here. You are able to remember. Honestly, it's mostly the chitin. As you like look back to it, you're like, oh, that'd be good armor. And then you like thinking that makes you think of the word armor beetle, where you heard some of the thief elves complain, which it gave you a little bit of joy in life, about the southern tribal elves have a tendency, sometimes, or at least some of their tribes, have flying mounts, large things called armor beetles that let them go through the air for not real big distances, but flying mounts are flying mounts.
Oh, so is it like rotor wash blasting things away?
Uh, could be, yeah, maybe like,
Okay.
something with beating wings lands there and blasts away stuff.
I'm just saying someone's not paying attention if they didn't see the giant fuck off flying beetles. Like,
I mean, there's stranger things around here, to be fair. So,
Also, you
I
didn't
mean,
ask around here at all before doing this. Like, could be like old Joe at the butcher shop. Yeah, giant beetles landing every Thursday, or
yep,
something like that.
that's a good idea. We might as well pop in and ask, like, hey, you see which direction those giant beetles flew in?
Yeah, you could absolutely do that. So asking around, anyone involved, any people involved, I will ask for a perception check, and we'll just go off average for persuasion check. And I will ask for just a general one, and I'll add together the results for anybody involved. Anybody involved in this
No,
sort.
no, God,
no,
why me?
Jotozo wasn't going to because Jotozo is like,
Oh,
uh,
fuck.
I must observe wise ones use diplomacy, and maybe I could learn something. And even so,
Let me
Okay, when
let me
even
follow. No,
Jotozo,
you got it.
when even Jotozo is just like, wow, I must help these Korvar. Like, wow.
These
for a moment you see him scratch his chin before his eyes light up. Oh, I see. They are intentionally messing up to see if I have learned enough to
Oh,
step up and help
Jotozo,
them.
bless your sweet, sweet lizard heart.
Listen, he's a weeb in like Japanese territory. He's gonna assume everything's for the best. Um Mr. Monk, do you want to aid, or are you just like, these guys got this? It's fine.
I was going to help out, but I think is this a group rule or is it only one really?
It's an
Everyone
average.
involved. Yeah, it's
Okay,
Uh,
I should probably help them. I will. Well, I will say, and we're asking the butcher, correct, or who's this
Because
again?
just generally
we
everyone in the
we
area.
are
Or
we
just
are
a general,
we are
just general.
currently sitting at an 8 average.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's all, that's
Well,
all
I'm
right.
not bad at
Can't control the rules.
persuasion. I'm not bad at it. All right.
It can't get
Else,
worse.
I
I
have
mean, it
a
can, but
chunk.
The number can go down. It can't get worse.
Yeah, that's objectively true.
I got I got
yep.
the chunk of chitin, and I'll be talking maybe to the butcher. It's mine. And say, did you butcher one of these recently, or is this someone else? And I'll attempt to persuade him to like give me information.
Okay, okay.
All right. Well, 13 better than you fuckers.
It's double digits. That's the important part. All right.
All right. That
Okay, all
shoots
right.
the average up a
Sorry.
little bit.
We're up to 9. We're up to a little over 9. All right. So, with that, you
Demi,
kind
do
of
you have
ask,
any opinions on this matter?
Bethany, what you mean that gorilla got loose and beat you up again? Yeah, that's what you hear yelled from the mirror. And Bemi trying to explain, the walloping he got
I
in the last fight.
I like to think that right now Bemi just like stayed behind and he's on like a conference call with Mima and a bunch of her evil friends. So they can like make fun of him.
Yeah,
He's
she
been on
brought
that
in her
conference call
friends.
for quite a bit now, though.
Yep.
Well, yeah.
Someone there's it. Bemmy, that's not a conference call. That's a roast session.
That doesn't mean he can say no, unfortunately.
Yeah.
He's been staring at that mirror for like over 2 in-game days.
Yeah, oh, way longer than that. But yeah, we'll
You
say
like
things.
Mima pulling up like baby photos, like embarrassing ones to laugh at him.
See that?
Here's
Yeah.
here's Bambi in the second level of hell. Put him there because I felt like it.
Here's that time that Bammy tried crawling up a tree and he fell and hit like 7 branches on the way down.
I told him he don't look no uglier. Yeah. So
Just laugh like
Yeah,
Statler and Waldorf.
yeah.
you can see the exact moment. You can see the exact moment his heart breaks.
Yeah. All right. So,
Thank you for
Zach
joining
ever
in and
listens to
listening, our
these?
very, very small audience on YouTube.
Yeah, all of me. Yeah. All right. So, with
Christ.
that in mind,
Who knows? One day we may break the algorithm.
yeah, it might get big.
I'm sure a 3-hour video that's just a black screen with audio. I'm sure YouTube will fucking pump that up.
Listen, it's quality. All right, it's a matter of quality over quantity. There's also a lot. All right.
Next,
So,
Solid Sam, the next Mr. Beast.
yeah. Oh God. If I ever become that evil, go ahead and kill me.
I'll just get out on the ground floor, please.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not talking about morals. I'm talking about wealth. But you can.
Hey, if I get rich, I'm sharing it with everyone who's earned any, which is whoever I randomly decide. But yeah, so you guys have asked around, um, and I'm gonna say with those roles, the butcher is like very much working and like generally just doesn't want to answer any questions. He's like, I'm busy, go away, that type of thing. The barn is empty as the like it's just a place to store stuff. So in the evening, people will be coming back to store things. You could check then. And the tannery workers, let's see, who would be a good fit for tannery worker in this scenario? I'm trying to think of a Corvair species or like race
Uh,
that doesn't smell things.
uh, Tanner, John Tanner, my guy Tanner.
Yeah, sure. Let's
I would
see.
say, could I like offer him money for his time, like advantage, but maybe too late.
No, I mean bribes completely jump past it. We've all played Elder Scrolls. Bribes jump past any rolls. So if you're like, "Wow, I fucked that up," you can just come in and be like, "Hey, I know you're busy,"
Yeah,
casually slip some
here's
powder
5
gold.
gold. Is that enough?
I'm gonna say for 5 gold, they'll be like, "Yeah, some things happen at night sometimes."
How about
Stares
10?
at you. All right. If you're 10, yeah, that's the start. People start to talk more a little bit.
I just gave you your
Yep.
fucking salary and a half. You better talk.
Um, yeah, it's let's see here. Trying to check. Yeah, every I think it's mole. Is that the equivalent of Monday? One sec here. Calendar.
All sounds right.
Yeah. Yeah, every mole night. I worked late one night. And and the other one, like, there's a couple people at the tannery who are chatting. One of them's like cuts in. You wasn't working late. You was drunk. Shut up. Uh, yeah, I worked late, and in the dead of night there was like some loud humming, and then like some big monsters came down out of the sky like giant beetles, and they landed around, and there was a fella, one of them local elf people was waiting for him, stepped out and started talking with him. They unloaded a bunch of things and took him down into the sewers. I would have said something, but you know, I was didn't. And yeah, that is the story. Which another
I'm
one
sorry,
chimes in. Yeah.
Nope, go ahead.
Another one chimes in. There was well, and I got better info because I wasn't I wasn't as tired as he was. Every I can give more info if you give me some money too, because like the guy who gave the info is trying to bogart the 10 gold.
So, did I correctly hear that they're taking people into the sewers? My audio cut out for a
N
moment there.
Oh, okay. No, it's just packages. Um,
Okay,
like I guess people could be in it, but they'd have to be wee people, like
that's fair.
young halflings type thing. Or I guess young like moth Rhycreen. So Rupalik, I think. But yeah, honestly, whether you pay out more or not, like you're able to wrangle some information by like there's 5 giant beetles with riders that arrive, drop off packages. Someone meets them locally, takes stuff down into the sewers, and then they leave. It happens every Monday night, basically.
So, some kind of smuggling is almost certainly going on through the sewers. Might be the drugs, might be something worse.
Yeah, could be. But it seems like that's the entry point is by air.
That is unfortunate because there's not really a whole lot we can do to stop that or track that down to a source without like hitching a ride or something.
Well, if you guys capture some kind of powerful fiend or elemental and try and hook it up to the anti-air cannon that the town has in that one fort, you could
Well, that's
try
fair.
activate that. But you might want to check with the town first. Like, you know, Monday night, everybody's going to bed, it's about midnight, and just like an ancient anti-air
Boom.
cannon starts to open fire into the sky.
Oh,
It's
and
No,
anytime
it's
that our
it.
dragon friend comes to visit, just hey, by the
Oh,
way.
we definitely do an informant on that.
You know, that moment that's like, well, to solve our local smuggling problem, we got the equivalent of the 18-inch guns of the Yamato's main battery, loaded up with beehive rounds, and shot them out of the sky.
It's gonna
Solves
say
the problem.
we could. Hey, if they're gonna go full narcos on us, I mean, sure, go anti. Where's our anti-aircraft elementals?
Oh God. But
Oh,
besides,
look, a civilian airliner.
yeah, besides moronic DM additions here, what would you guys like to do with that info? It seems like you don't have anything to expect. It is currently Seoul, which is Sunday. Seems like tomorrow night is the delivery one. But it's not like you have nothing to do. You did not follow the rail. Oh, yeah. You didn't climb the ladder upwards to, get into the basement of the inn, um, as as previously mentioned. So, you could go back through the sewers and follow that. I will say that if you want to attack the Otyugh, you can, but it is going to actively try and like just submerge itself when it like senses you guys coming, because you beat the living shit out of it and then sent it to like scary white room for a minute. So,
So, what if we approach this from a different direction? Because they're moving through areas of the sewers that are like behind security doors.
hmm hmm
So, like, who all would have the ability to move like through those areas with impunity? Like someone with keys or whatever. Is that an
um,
angle we could approach?
yeah, that's fair. You would need keys or somebody, decent with a lockpick.
Well,
Um,
that's not really an angle we can investigate, I think, because
that's
that's going
fair.
to be like half the town. Because
Yeah, yeah.
they're all sirens.
That is stereotyping, but also yes. Um, I would think Breelish. I think that would be more the stereotype for the Breelish, to be fair. But yeah. Sirens, wouldn't it be like instruments, stringed instruments or something? Who here can play acoustic guitar? 19 hand. No, all right, fine. Who can play
Are you
well?
accusing my racist stereotypes of being accurate?
I'm accusing them of like they're the wrong stereotypes. Like, no. You're supposed to say if they're Mexican. Yeah, it's the wrong stereotypes.
He's not criticizing you for being racist. He's criticizing you for not being accurately racist.
And thank you. Yes, there we go. No,
Yeah,
Itachi
meanwhile,
are thieves, not master spellcasters. Yeah.
anyone that does have legitimate access or keys or whatnot, like, could be an angle to push for, because it could be they're either working for or being coerced by whatever ring is doing this.
That's fair. That's fair. You could go and talk to the town's like one of the town's two sewer management people and be like, "Where are the drugs?" Just like kick in the door with Belt of Giant Strength and start shaking him.
I was just about to say, I am good at that.
I was say like Token, go into your dad's attic and get the bass guitar that's there. But we don't have a bass guitar. Token, yes you do.
But
Shows
I
up
don't know
the
how to
next
play
day.
the bass, you friggin' racist prick. God damn it, Token! I didn't ask for your opinion. I just told you to drop a beat.
Does it flawlessly. God damn it.
yeah, but
And that's not us being racist. Just for clarification, that's not us being racist at South Park. So
I make no difference. This is you are forever condemned, all of you. But on that note,
Hey, this is
what would
being
you guys like
recorded.
to
It
do?
ain't gonna. Context won't matter.
Exactly. Cue soundbite. But yeah, what would you guys like to do in this circumstance? You could pursue the lead of like maybe it's an inside job. You could continue back into the sewers and try and like check to see what's going on in the basement of the Lucky Moon.
there
Or
is
you
that
could.
one lead that I got.
That's true. Yeah. Which I actually have the name here because I knew that might come up eventually. Okay. Salen is the crazy hobo that you wanted to help. Dagnall, that's the name he gave you,
Yes.
saying that Dagnall was into the new stuff, and it was where they didn't give you good dreams, but it gave you better dreams than flashbacks.
Which, uh, in retrospect, I researched some Eberron drug stuff, and
As one does.
it, well, it's a Riedrin drug, so it's coming up in a future campaign I'm running, and the most popular drug on Corvair is like absentia, which gives you good dreams. So
But is it cheap and local? That's the question. It's location, location. Yeah, Absentia is great, but try getting it across. Try getting it through Dargon without some goblins lifting it. That shit's
I,
hard.
I,
This is
it might even
locally
be
produced.
cheaper here because we're like 1,000 miles away from Darkot.
Yeah, but you haven't developed those trade lines. Once you start extensively trading with the Unity, then yeah, absolutely, the drugs will flow.
Where are the drugs going? I need them.
Yeah, exactly. Into people. But yeah, so you could pursue that lead. That is a third option. And you know what? Heck, there was a warehouse that had suspicious ash, according to like local drunks. Actually, it wasn't drunks. These were just lizard folk dock workers. So yeah, there's a warehouse on the edge of the docks that had a lot of ash on the floor for unknown reasons. Cue suspicious. Was it sting cords? Um, so yeah, there's four different things you could investigate. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll say 3:30 after going around and like questioning slash bribing the locals.
For the ominous stink chords, would you like me to actually hit the soundboard?
Yeah, no, I don't. No.
No.
Uh,
Yes or no?
no. Uh,
Okay.
Is saying yes to that is what I meant. No, do not add actual sound effects. That's a door I don't want to open. Uh, but
In the day, I was on even before we were doing uploads. I could get away with one a session. So
But yeah, what would you guys like to do here?
Well, Jotaro, for no reason whatsoever, votes to go back down into the sewer.
You would have to
I'm
dive into the
That
the sewage
that
water to
that's
get this guy. But yeah.
one what Jotaro would see it cowering in fear of him as a win, but
Yeah,
all
it
joke
definitely would.
aside. I don't think we're gonna have much luck tracking in the sewer. It's. I mean, we did find that it was like a
that
wheelbarrow trail or something, right?
that
Yeah,
that,
well,
that
you don't need to track. You do know like okay, the trail that you followed to get you to this point started at the Lucky Moon's basement
So we're at
entrance.
one end of the trail,
Yeah,
and
exactly, and you started at the other. So you just go back and proceed, but
right.
you know, that's just for reference. Yeah.
See, I don't think there's like until we know what's going on. I think the sewers are a bit of a dead end because we're just gonna wander around down there and not find anything until we literally stumble into the main plot.
Okay, fair enough.
I didn't say Jotaro had a good idea, but he had an idea.
Okay. What is the idea?
No, like him going back down so he could either
Oh,
see the
oh,
Odia cower in fear of him or beat the brakes off of it in
oh, yeah,
revenge.
yeah, I
Like,
get you. Yeah, it's just a show of dominance. Okay, okay. Um, that is also fair.
Yeah, I think this warehouse might be worth looking into. If there's something going down there, that's the likeliest spot. I think we'll find something in action.
Okay. Yeah, Ashy Warehouse. Suspicious by local dock workers standards. So in that case, you know, just make your way across the town and head to the warehouse. Let me go to that section. Let's see.
And as fascinating talking to random homeless veterans would be, I don't think like there's definitely something at the warehouse as opposed to an interesting conversation that might give us a lead,
Hey,
which we can
that's
still
not fair.
do.
It's not just a random homeless veteran. It's an addict random homeless
Y-
veteran.
That's what I said.
Oh, it's true, but he shouldn't say it. All right, so let's see here. All right, yeah. So you head to warehouse 12 and 14. So as you head to it, the warehouses are quiet for the most part, with a selection of goods inside. Uh, the only excitement happens when a drunk or some otherwise odd-looking fellow kind of stumbles by and tries to look around the place, sniffing the air skeptically. Um, but
They
uh,
sniffing?
yeah, he's just like he's
Okay.
going around and sniffing the edge of the warehouse, like you know, mumbling as he sniffs.
Hey, you there!
I didn't do nothing.
No. We'd just like to have a quick word with you. You're not in trouble.
Uh, and he's like half running at Purser coming at him in like this crisp uniform, freshly cleaned out of the sewers, very police looking. Does anyone else want to help so Purser doesn't scare off the drunk? I
it
mean,
just
he
occurred
wouldn't
to
be able
me
to get
that
away.
it just occurred to me that Jotaro went of us out of character, but it's the equivalent of like the fucking random customers showing up at the barn at like 2 a.m. in the morning and schedule one. And it's like, God
Yeah,
damn
yeah.
it.
What now, Jerry? What now, Jerry? I need it bad. Um, but yeah, he's not getting away from you one way or another. It's just a matter of how scared he is when you like question him. Because he's like, yeah, man in nice suit and like semi-military looking overcoat. He doesn't, you know, he's no expert, but that usually means he's about to get like an ass beating for being in the wrong part of town. Uh,
It's not like I'm a unknown figure either. I'm quite frequently strutting my way about town.
and like pounding the pulpit every, you know, every Sunday or something, you know. And
Yeah.
that's why we need to purge. Yeah, you're not a Southern Baptist, but yeah.
Yeah, if
Um,
he's like actually even close to getting away, I'll just like hold person on him.
there is literally no need for that. He is a drunk, yeah, and he's been day drinking. So, all right,
Okay.
what do you want? I didn't do nothing, like I said.
Uh, Relax, friend. Everything's okay. I just wanted to
Oh
ask you a
yeah,
few
okay.
questions about those warehouses there.
Oh yeah. Well, I heard people saying they make moonshine here. Uh, 'cause there's like there was like a fire. That someone must have been brewing stuff, and place smells funny sometimes. So I thought maybe they was brewing. I can never get in. They won't hire me no more.
Moonshine.
Yeah, I mean, 'cause there was a fire. Why else would there be a fire?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Are you able to describe any of these strange smells?
Uh, I mean, like inside the number 12 there, it's got all the fancy stuff. You know, like fancy clothes, wines, good wine. But they never let me work in that one, even when they hired me. Uh, but I took peeks. And like tools, I was supposed to work in 14, and that's got like just metal and other, you know, local weird the mush food they've been trying to. Oh, them greens is good for you. It's fine. It's local. Ain't no good.
Do you know anything about the strange drow drug medicine that's been peddled around?
Oh, they're all strange. But drug meds. Oh yeah, that's I mean, if some people have been trying. It doesn't sound very fun. I'll just keep to this. Thank you very much. And he like pats a almost empty like clear flask of what smells vaguely like maybe rubbing alcohol mix or something. It just incredibly vile and potent.
Fair enough.
Like
Have you seen
Everclear
anyone?
if someone
Oh,
cared less.
do you spend a lot of time around here? Have you seen anyone strange?
Oh, I'm a man about the docks, you could say. Um, yeah, I mean, they all look strange. The dark elves wearing the goggles. Um,
Oh, not
don't
drow
trust them.
strange, but strange Corvarans or Sirens.
Oh,
People that
they.
are suspicious, not just because they're elves.
Uh, all right. Well, let's see here. I'm trying to mentally translate what a drunken
Yep,
idiot would think.
take
Yeah,
your time.
especially since like one of your companions is a metal lady.
Well, this guy has interesting theories, but they don't involve replacement. So, there's that. Um, let's see. Remember, there's a wide variety of theories. It's a rich environment. Let's see. What would he say? He is Irish, doesn't like elves. You know what? He would probably say, the only strange thing is when we let the damn Karns take over shipping. I've seen how many ships go out here going to them trade posts owned by the Carnathi. Uh, uh, dead, dead sexing, or dead loving bunch of sticks up the asses.
Is that something official that's been going on, or is that the clue?
That's just the Ludger's trade route thing that has
Oh,
been set
okay.
off.
I just wanted to make
Yeah,
sure. It's
yeah.
like because there could be suspicious Carnathy, I guess.
I mean, Purser would definitely latch on to that, but I think
Yeah.
that might just be him not liking Karnath.
Something.
Well, my good man, thank you for the help. And I'll like press a like silver piece into his hand and say,
Oh, yeah.
if
Anytime, yeah.
if you
Well,
ever have need of healing, please visit me at the lighthouse, and
oh,
we'll see that you're taken care of.
thank you. I'll keep that in mind. But I got a regimen. I got to take this to the bank. I'll be right back. Uh, have a blessed day or what have you. And
Yeah,
he
the flame
toggles off.
watch over you, my son.
Yeah, sure. And he and he heads in the direction probably of one of the shittier taverns along the edge of the dock. They're not even officially taverns. They're just basically like they hang ropes for you to sleep on, that level of flop house.
Yeah.
But he can get more liquor there. So yep, he's gonna go deposit that silver.
I don't know why that just makes me think of like the one Family Guy episode in which they go to Africa and like his father-in-law asks like like something about Kwanzaa, which we have no idea what it is, which causes him to immediately respond, "I knew it wasn't real." I just imagine
Okay.
that's Mercer hearing anything suspicious about the card.
Oh, okay. Now I get the reference. All right, yeah. I knew he was up to no good. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, but yeah, other than helpful drunk accusing them of having moonshine and fancy wine in Warehouse 12, um, what what would you guys like to do here? You could break into the warehouses. They don't look particularly well guarded.
Yeah, fancy wine seems like it might be a bit of an odd one. Especially if there's supposedly a lot of it, it could be a cover.
Okay.
Or he just mistook the smells. It could be like they're cooking people in there. I don't know.
The whole thing has been a cannibal plot.
Wanna what? Jotsuzo thinks nothing suspicious of Kuravarans having lots of fancy wine because it's the Kuravarans. So of course, everything they make is fancy. So he he he's not suspicious at all about that.
Well, what really makes me suspicious is that we're not really in a luxuries market yet, I think. We're
I
certainly
mean,
getting there, but not.
Yeah, but Jotsuzo wouldn't figure that. Like, this is a Kuravar settlement. Of course, they all have luxury goods.
some does get traded right now. It's hyper expensive, but like
Right.
be up
But
or
not like a
go.
warehouse full.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't sound like it was full of it, but yeah, but yeah, you guys could definitely break in and look about.
Yeah, I think it's worth poking around.
Okay.
I just wish I had knock prepared. Everything would have been so much easier.
Who needs knock when you have a belt of giant strength and a burly
Yeah,
lizard man to help?
I should just always keep it prepared whenever we're in the city. It's too useful for urban exploration.
So one sec, let me put you guys on the map and you can decide what you want to do here.
Imagine not having the cloak of Astpol.
Who owns these warehouses? Are they public or?
Um, that is a good question. I guarantee you the drunk didn't know.
Yeah.
So
Out of
Well,
curiosity,
they must
has
be owned
enough
by the
time?
state.
Question:
yes,
Has enough time passed that I would have gotten the equivalent of a short rest?
sure. Yeah, you guys could have like there's a
Thank
walk
you.
across town. You could have sat down and taken a short rest while Purser was questioning the fellow there.
Thank you.
Let's see.
So get my no, it's every day. I didn't take damage because I'm bit good like that, but I do like my key back.
You didn't take damage because there was one person who took damage from that account.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
took a lot of damage too.
Psychological.
And you know what? I got my key back. We're all happy.
All right, so let me move you on to the warehouse. All right. And it is not nighttime, it's just not exactly. You know what? What the hell? It's daytime. I can safely put. Um, I want to see what daylight mode does. So, okay.
Daylight mode just makes it so like we don't need light sources.
Yeah, well, and that's what it's supposed to do, but I've done it before and it's just like, DM, we can now see inside the walls. Oh, great. Okay. So, um,
I can
but
see
yeah,
everything.
the entrance to the warehouse is in this direction and this direction, or here and here. it's a warehouse. There's a lot of entrances.
Could just go up to the door and knock. Someone might just, answer.
Okay. I'm just gonna save you the time and say nobody answers the knock in there.
Well,
What
I
door are
tried
we?
to do this politely. Mercy?
Which door am I opening?
I think we'll be trying both, so just pick one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in that case, if you're doing the mercy special, then athletics check to like shisha and just like kick the door down. Okay. And for a simple wooden door, yeah, that's to kablam. Um, the lock busts off, and you now have access to this warehouse.
Jotsuzo is going to also kick in the opposite door because
Police business.
Mercy
Yeah.
can't have all the
or-
fun.
Fair enough.
well, this is also a warehouse we're checking out, right?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, I am going to do that just to
Have fun.
try to put as much eyes on the map as possible because we don't want to give them any time to prepare for us. So
Gotcha.
okay, 23.
Oh, nice.
Yep. Successfully break the door. Let's see. Okay. And yeah, the warehouses you have full access to them, and they're warehouses, at least from a casual glance initial. Right. They do indeed look. You don't open the door and find an arms factory or something thus far.
You don't find
So,
Walter. You don't find Walter of the White.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
This is warehouse 12, and this is 14 for reference. At least I think. Or no, wait, I had it reversed. My bad. This is 14. This is 12. Sorry.
lucky number 12.
Okay.
Let's check that one out. Purser will cast light on the tip of his wand and hit on one of the others.
Okay.
I'm presuming that this is a similar to how some places in Asia don't have a 4 floor. There's no warehouse 13.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a pretty common, like, I would say across multiple cultures superstition, because bad shit tends to happen. Like,
So
eh,
it's actually like a, a known fact
yeah,
to like magical researchers in Eberron that whenever you have a set of 13 things, one of them will break or go missing or whatever, so you'll end up with 12. It's called the baker's dozen.
yeah, they
Well, the
can't all
baker's
be brilliant.
dozen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Steve
The
Baker's a clever man, but it's an extended dad joke. Yeah.
ah.
But yeah, so here's peeking inside 12. I'll just go ahead and say it. Has a wide variety of Corvarin goods from cloth, wines in their bottles, which if you take a glance at them, you can see they look like Ondarian Orla Un wine,
Okay.
tools, and even some musical instruments like cellos, which would be a novelty among the Sulatar.
Any
Warehouse
good vintages?
I mean, it's not bad. It's not like, you know, the absolute best, but it's surprisingly decent. And
Okay.
over here is where the wines are. Fine clothes over here, wines over here. Finished products like some high-end, like not bulk weapons, but definitely like nice metal tools, weapons, specifically iron tools. Um, Over in warehouse 14. You see a mixture of bulk goods, like crates of metal, locally produced foodstuffs. Um, it seems like a mix. This half of the building, which, um, you know what, I'm not going to make you do another roll. This half of the building seems to be where it's like they're bringing in bulk goods, pig iron or the equivalent of pig iron and stuff from Corvair. Local foods here. And around here it's luxury goods. And if everybody could just stop like shooting around the map, but
Sorry.
No,
yeah, that's okay.
no,
Uh,
it's in character. I have
uh,
that amount of
I
speed.
I know you do, but and realistically, you're not gonna want to linger too much. But you did kick in the doors. But yeah, you don't see anything super suspicious beyond like I said, there is a lot of ash on the floor here. And there's a lot of like ash on the floor in here too.
There's
Um,
also this guy.
I'm a guy who knows my fires. What kind of ash are we looking at here?
Oh, great. That I'm glad that that guy wasn't. Yeah, he's not there. Ignore him. Um, you're an expert on fires. I would say give me an Arcana check if you're trying to suss out the nature.
Okay. Ba-dum. I'll use an inspiration on that one. I
Yeah.
can't follow up that line with a 9.
That's fair. Okay. So, going around like putting a thumb down into it, give it the
Like
old
rubbing it between my fingers and
yeah,
tasting it.
sniff, a little bit of taste. Um,
You
as you
could
do
snort
that,
it and figure out if it's something else.
it yeah, it turns
What
out that
type
this
of
is
Yeah, don't be uncouth.
it's
what type of ash is this? Heretical ash.
it's all heretical ash. Yeah. Let's see. I would say 1 sec here. Sorry, brief cough. Um, yeah, this seems like oddly there's kind of an oily chemical aftertaste to the ash. Um, and it reminds you a little bit of like when food oils or just other like the ash that's left over when people burn like petroleum stuff, which isn't it's kind that's really more of an alchemical curiosity than anything important here. Um,
But
so
it's not like they just had a bonfire going. It's some kind of alchemical byproduct.
yeah, and it's and as you're like sniffing and kind of like rubbing it on the inside of your gums. You do notice it's deceptively heavy. There's it's very gritty. It's odd. Um, and as you do that, if everybody could roll me initiative real quick.
Oh,
Bonus points if it's still potent enough that Purser starts tripping on the snake hair one.
Yeah, that's the
snakes!
secret. It's the secret ingredient. Uh,
Don't you see them? They're coming!
Oh god, they're all over me! Broken arrow! No way!
Death!
Drops fireball
Death!
right on
It's
himself.
coming!
I would fireball myself if I was exposed to that.
the always sunny intro, and the gang burns down. The gang burns down the dock district. uh, guys, we're gonna save the town from drugs. The gang burns down the dock district. All right. So Purser, as you're investigating and cogitating and thinking about exactly what's going on here, let's see here. Some stuff happens as the soot seems to notice you investigating and cogitating.
It what?
And well, it looks like spider webs. It's like a black mass of webs rises from the corner and hovers overhead, dripping ash from thick tendrils. And I will put an image up.
I don't think this should be in our warehouses.
It's a normal coherent thing. They use these to keep the warehouse clean. That would be...
That's why it's covered in ash.
Don't destroy it. Let's see here.
Is that why it's covered in ash? Because it's so cleanly?
It's not covered in ash. It's made of ash. Let's see here.
So it like rises up from the ash in the ground.
Yeah. Let's see.
Okay. Yeah,
you
Enemy
shouldn't have ate
spotted!
that.
I need assistance!
Maybe you shouldn't have ate that. Now it's gonna appear inside you.
Oh God, I'm not that cool.
I'm a
Bonus
Templar of the
point.
Silver Flame. I would not be infringed upon by evil.
There we go.
Even more hilarious if it's literally only he can see it.
Oh, that's actually
Artemis, what are you doing? Why are you licking the floor?
Because it's a dog.
yeah. Uh,
Hi, Grumpy. Ugh.
he's dog. But yeah, it seems to take notice of you, Purser, and it's gonna do stuff.
Come here so I can pet you.
And yeah, you know what? It's going to. Yeah, sure. We'll just do some attack. One slam attack. Come over here. Yeah, it's just gonna come over here, and it's in your space, Purser. It's a little rude.
Of course it is.
Because it's not really that solid. Cool. It's gonna do one slam and one constrict. Okay, well it doesn't have advantage, so it doesn't get the crit. But it is. One sec, I need to see. One second, they didn't label the type of damage here. Okay. Okay, so that's bludgeoning and that's poison. Okay. Let me change that. Poison. Okay. Sorry, I had to fix that.
That's all good.
All right. So, it deals 20 bludgeoning damage and 4 poison damage. As it,
4 poison?
and 4 poison. Yep. So 24. And then it is going to try and constrict. Let me make sure they imported it properly. Constrict. Okay, so that is an attack. And it is well, first the 19 to hit and then 22 to hit. I should have started with that, sorry.
Those both hit.
Okay. And it's another 10 bludgeoning and you're grappled. So it's
Ugh.
DC 15. And also, as it swirls around you, breathing may be tricky. And
Yeah. My coat does remain unmarred. It's specifically enchanted to deal with ash. It doesn't help me with breathing or anything. It just
it
is
looks
clean.
fabulous, yeah.
Yeah.
He'll die in style.
Jotazo, this isn't a surprise round or anything. What would you like to do?
Okay, do
He like turns around the corner and sees me getting choked by a cloud of ash.
Yeah, like it's vaguely even there, but you can see some kind of humanoidish figure made of like ash is like slamming Purser up against the walls like a slinky or something and just choking him.
start swinging. Yeah, I run up and start swinging.
Fair enough. Yeah, that definitely hits. Okay. Okay, and that's a magical attack, so that's a good thing.
23 total.
Okay, those all hit, and it's like it was just completely ignoring you as you run up swinging at it, but as your swings like take visible chunks out of it, it seems to stagger a little bit, and although it doesn't really have a face per se, it does seem to focus on you a little bit in like shock as much as anything else. Like it did not expect you to be able to hit it. And what was it, 21?
23.
23, okay. Take that off. Okay. And
Quick question: was I also restrained by the grapple?
uh, yes, target is restrained. And
Okay.
the breathing thing just comes from it being in your space, but yeah.
Right.
Okay. And is there anything else Jotsuzo would like to do?
Nope.
Oakley dokley. Second. In that case. Yep.
Oh. Oh.
Here. And it is going to. Let's see. Let me see a radius here. 1, 2. Yeah, that's enough. It's going to. This one is going to do engulfing soot storm. As the second one spins violently in place, spreading tendrils of thick poisonous ash everywhere. Each creature within 20 feet of it, which is everyone but Mercy, must make a dexterity saving throw. Oh, okay. As poison is scattered everywhere.
I am going to use my inspiration to reroll that.
That's fair. There you go. That's a save. And Mr. Monk, it's a formality, but if you would be kind enough to give me a dex saving throw. Balthazar.
All right. What happened?
There's a lot of poisonous ash being blown in your direction.
What? Con?
Dex.
Dex saving throw. Yeah, everybody, including Purser. Yeah, you're fine. Purser, if you would.
Nothing happens.
Well, I didn't say that.
No, nothing happens.
Oh yeah, for you, you've got evasion. But Purser, if you would be so kind, assuming you haven't already, and I just missed it.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
You fucking suck.
Oh God. Yeah, that's a problem. Okay, so on a success, you take half damage, and your speed isn't in any way reduced. Okay. So 1 sec. It is halved by 2. Okay. Balthazar, you take no damage. Jotazo, you take 14 poison damage. Purser, you take 28 poison damage, and your speed is halved. And um, Purser goes ragdoll limp. And yeah, that's its turn. Mercy, what would you like to do? These things made of
Oh,
ash seem dangerous.
you don't say. I
What
am
do you
going
say?
to pop Spirit Guardians around me. Invoking my sisters to come to my aid, and then I am 10, 15, 30. I'm going to move here.
Okay, let me give you a radius here. All right, there. You said it's 30 feet? Is it really 30 feet for Spirit Guardian?
No, it's 15 feet.
15. I was like,
15-foot
that seems
radius.
high. Okay. All right. There you go. 15 is still pretty freaking good. And yeah, what else would you like to do, if anything? You've cast a spell, you've moved. You see Purser's like ragdoll limp and covered in ash, although his cloak or his overcoat still looks fabulous.
I really can't do too much right now, unfortunately.
Cool. Okay. Let me see here. And then in that case, we will go to Purser, and I need to see the effects here. Okay, it's choking air form. Creature must. So Purser, you fail 1 death save as you're in a choking cloud and covered in poisonous
Okay.
ash. And do you make a death save when like
Yeah, death saves at the end of the turn, yeah.
it's at the end of the turn? Okay, so yeah, so you fail 1 by virtue of like
I'm
being
taking a
in
dot,
poison.
yeah.
But you can make 1 and maybe crit and maybe come out of it.
We'll find out.
We will. Okay. All right. So
We're off to a great start.
that's 2. All right. Balthazar, what would you like to do here? This is a situation.
Do I have a healing potion on me? Hmm. Can you heal, Mercy?
On my next turn, yes.
It will go next. Oh, I think this instantly hurts if it's in your square.
On the end of your turn, if you're in the square, you're coughing, like obviously you're inhaling poisonous badness. Yeah.
Question.
Yes.
As a lizard folk, I can hold my breath for up to 15 minutes at a time.
I would allow that to counter it. Yeah, racial abilities should have weight. I'm fine with that.
I mean, obviously, I want to say an actual 15 minutes because I'm exerting myself.
No, that's it. No,
Like for the purpose of
I'm
D&D
fine with that.
combat.
I'm genuinely fine with that too. Like, I don't like the humans with hats thing. Like, yeah, that's kind of a niche thing, anyways. Absolutely give it to you. Like, it doesn't help if you're surprised by a burst of poisonous ash, but if you know you're
Yeah, but
like,
from now
yeah,
on, basically,
you
like,
just
ooh,
hold your
breathing.
breath. Yeah.
This is spicy air. I'm just gonna hold my breath and
Yep,
start
yep,
swinging.
yeah, works for me.
Close your nose or nostril flaps and
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
And boy, Mercy has been in some really bad environments during the war. So like,
Oh.
yay, not breathing.
Well, we gotta
Barnathi,
heal.
agree
We
with you.
got a healer, and I don't have the healing potions on me, so I'll just focus on that one that's hitting Berser.
Yeah, it currently still has him grappled, but it doesn't seem to be focusing on him too much now that he's like convulsing and unconscious. Seems to consider
Good,
him not much of a threat anymore.
good thing I have reach, so
That is good. That's good.
I kill Daniel.
Just start beating this shit out of it. It doesn't even have the shield thing. It wasn't holding him up. You just target him. No. Give me a D100 here.
13.
much like Trevor, I'm always happy if a character dies. So
Hey, Eberron, you know what? I kind of get that. There's a lot of chances to have great characters in Eberron. Okay, melee weapon. That counts as a stop that. Natural weapon. Yeah, because you're using the fist. 13. Let's go down to here. Wild swing. Okay, you overextend going in for the kill. Intended target gains advantage on their next attack roll. So one attack has advantage against you
Uh,
if it decides to attack. But yeah.
don't worry, I came
Oh, look
back.
at that. Nice.
So that'll
Okay.
be 12 force.
Okay. Let me take that off. Oh,
Without stunning a monster like this, I doubt a monster like this could be stunned.
I don't know, but that's one of those things. It depends on if you're willing to spend the key to figure it out. Let me take this off here.
But I will flurry.
That's fair.
27 and 22 to hit.
Yeah, those both hit.
So that'll be 17 on top. So 29 total.
Take that off. All right.
And you know what? I'll pop a key just to test it. Can it be stunned?
Well, let us see. Do the thing here. First, I roll that, then I take a look. Need to bring that. Conditions, there we go. Do the thing. Oh, thank you for that. Take your time. No fucking hurry. Yeah, there we go. All right. Okay, it's incapacitated. Fail strength saving throws. See. Okay, yeah, it actually can be, and it got a 12. So you have
It is
success.
stunned.
Yeah, absolutely. I just had to double check because stunned is like it's incapacitated. I had to look up incapacitated. Okay, yeah. See. Cool. What's a good stun should be a pretty serious. I'm gonna put. There we go. That's an appropriate stunned token. But yeah, it seems unable to move as we'll say the magical force or the key that you pump into it disrupts its ability to maintain a more solid form initially, and it's like kind of just an amorphous, somewhat forceless blob of poisonous ash in the air for a moment here. And yeah, that's pretty good. And anything else? Balthazar, anything else, bud?
Yep. Just one more time.
It is stunned. Is there anything else you would like to do?
No, that's everything.
Okay. Go back to the top of the order, and that one is stunned.
Stunned.
Until the end of your next turn, right?
Make sure with stunning strike. End of my next turn. Yep.
Cool. Then it just can't do anything other than malevolently continue to try and choke Purser out. Not even try, just by the virtue of it being there.
Oh, but it also gets to take Spirit Guardian
Oh
damage.
yeah, that's true. Wisdom. Let's see. Incapacitated. It's not immune. Yeah, it's not immune to radiant or anything like that. I don't know why it would be. Incapacitated. Can't take actions or reactions. Automatically fails strength and dex saving throws. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I had as much of it down as I could. Wisdom. It can make the save technically. It's possible, but it got a 12, so it failed and takes the full radiant damage.
Nerd.
Nerd. Yep. All right. Oh yeah, I should probably put the dot. Okay. Yeah. Now, Jojizo, it is your turn proper.
Jojutsu sees that these things are able to do drop AoE and all that. And he is concerned, so he's going to use one of his two healings of potions to do combat life saving on Purser. Keep him from dying.
That is fair. And when you have the time, give me a con save just to see if you take poison damage from starting your turn in the same space as that boy.
I was holding my breath.
Oh,
You said
yeah,
that
Dur.
might be good.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, never mind.
Okay, so let me roll 2d4 plus 2, I believe.
I think so.
For a
Yeah,
basic
it
healing
sounds right.
potion, yeah.
Basic.
Yeah, 7 HP Purser.
Awesome.
By virtue of tears cork out of bottle, rams in Purser's mouth, and then while it's bubbling into his into his throat, he just turns and faces the monster again. Doesn't even wait for it to finish pouring in.
I like to think to help him drink. He's also tapping his chest with his tail to
So there's just a
stimulate.
cocktail slapping Purser. Purser, you awake to being violently swatted by a crocodile chit. You half spray the potion out as you come to.
Panicked, sharp inhale more poison.
Yeah. Oh God. But yeah,
You see, I'm hitting him in the chest, so he violently exhales all the poison out.
yeah.
So I regain all the hit points I lost from the poison.
Yeah, that's how it works.
That's about all I can do. So yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Then we will go to this one, it is. It didn't like that. You're not helping Josizo, so it's gonna try and. First, it's gonna see if it recharges. Beat a dice. Doesn't recharge the engulfing soot storm. So instead, it is going to do a slam and then a constrict. See if it can't get you down. 15 does not hit, nor does a 10. Dang. Okay. So that is its turn.
It also takes damage from Mercy's
Oh
thing.
yeah, that's true. Wisdom save. Yep. Wow,
That's
they're bad at
that,
those.
that that's sad.
Yeah. I
After the
mean,
23, that's a sad.
it still took full damage, so 9 is better than none. All right. It didn't like that though, and its attack whiffed. Elemental, but it is an odd elemental. No, it's not going to retreat. It's not allowed to. Okay, Mercy, what would you like to do?
I am going to step forward 5 feet and
First is a very easy target right now. He's prone. Just in case that crosses your mind. There's only room for one pseudo paladin in this party, Percy.
I'm not that mean. I am going to go at level 4. Okay. 19 hit points.
Oh, okay. You're healing Purser. Okay, fair enough.
Yes.
Purser, you feel better. You're still like in a living cloud of poisonous ash, and but things have been worse.
And if it's possible, I would like to pull Purser back up to his feet.
Yeah, I would say so. Used your I no, actually what? One sec. Let me look up that. Okay, yeah. If you, how much movement do you have? Did you use? You only move
5
forward like
feet.
5 feet. Yeah. Half of your remaining movement will say for you to pull Purser up. There you
Okay.
go. Seems fair. And yeah, overall, I think that's not bad. Anything else you'd like to
Nope.
do? Okay. Purser, you're on your feet. You're you're in a bad way, but you're conscious. What
I wouldn't be Purser if I wasn't.
yeah. What more could anyone ask? Man, I am so glad I turned off the hey, this sounds like a cool feature idea that I came up with where it's
You're
like
you're breaking up. What are you saying?
okay. I'm glad I didn't have lingering damages like wounds for a while I was playing around with the wound system. Because
Yeah.
Purser would just be a massive scar. Like he'd be a quadruple amputee with like a permanent stutter and
It, the
terrible issues.
the pirate captain from Family Guy.
Yeah, basically all peg legs. All right. So, I'm just checking here. Creature starts its turn in the same space as the living soot. I need a cons saving throw from you, Purser, as you start your turn in the same space as Disboy here. Okay, you passed. And let me see. And as a result, you don't take any damage. You hold your breath. Now,
Excellent.
what would you like to do? Oh,
Um.
and before I forget, your speed is still halved because you're still covered in that ash. I know your coat isn't, but the rest of you is.
Right. It's like
And
gumming up the works.
yeah, that's the only lingering thing. But sorry, go ahead.
Okay. Well, there's I'm not anticipating that they're particularly vulnerable to fire damage.
That's a pretty good estimated guess. Yeah.
They pay me to be the smart guy, so that's why I put it in my mouth.
Yes.
Yet again,
Um,
Purser faces the sorrow of fighting something that's like immune or resistant to fire. I know you're not, planning this shit, but I can't help but laugh.
It'll happen occasionally. All right. It'll happen.
It will happen when it happens.
so I will hmm. I'll just take the attack action and attack them with my rapier weapon.
Okay.
I'll
Do you want
green
to?
flame blade it just to see if it works, but I'm not
Okay.
I can talk. Hi, I'm Dan.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to maybe move, or is
I'm
this a comfy
grappled and
spot?
restrained.
Yeah, that's true. You actually, it's when something is incapacitated. I don't. Is it still? I don't think it's
Oh, was
grappling
that the one
anymore.
he stunned?
Yeah, yeah, this one right here.
Okay, then in
So
that case, I'm no longer grappled. Yeah,
yeah, I think you can move
even better.
if you want to. I don't know if you want to. It could be very
So yeah,
comfortable.
I will move to here,
Yeah.
and then I will. Is it stunned as well, or just incapacitated?
Hey, it is stunned. Yeah, like
Okay,
the
wasn't
stun
sure
went
if it'd be
through.
immune to that.
Nope, nope.
Okay, so I
Immune to a
will
lot, but not
green
that.
flame blade and attack. So that's going to be this one with advantage.
Okay, don't bother for the fire damage, but yeah. Yeah.
So
Oh,
it is immune to fire.
it is utterly immune to fire. Yeah, yeah. It's
Okay,
yeah.
I won't bother rolling the secondary target then. But that will be 6
Mhm.
piercing damage. And then
Okay.
the second attack will be just a straight rapier.
Yeah, and that hits. They both of those hit. And let me put
Okay.
that on. It's not liking that. It's not liking anything right now because it's fucking incapacitated and stunned.
Right. But yeah,
So
that'll be it for Purser.
okay, Balthazar. At the end, remember at the end of your turn, this one gets its movement back. Is
Yep.
mad. Uh,
Yes, that's why I'm going to wail on him because he can't respond.
Fair enough.
So with advantage, 21 and 21.
Okay, okay. Those do indeed hit.
Yeah, 28 and crit.
Yeah. The
So
crit definitely hits. So does
6,
the 20.
17,
25.
25, and then 7 plus 12, 17, 30, 42,
Yeah, 42.
Okay.
42 fourths.
Okay. It's it's still up. Okay.
Impressive.
Yeah. I mean, there's not much of it left, but there's still a little bit of angry ash in the air.
Well, you know what? I'm confident that at the start of its turn, Mercy's Spirit Guardians will deal with that.
Oh, gotta ask the question. Does
Mhm.
it have 1 HP?
It does not have one, but it is in single digits. I'll say that much. Is a clue.
All right, let's see that I can do. Nope, that'll be it.
Oakley dokley. It is its turn. It knows it's not long for this world. It needs to first do a wisdom save. If it survives, it is gonna try and like storm you guys. Damn it, 2. So go ahead and roll damage. Ah, dang. Okay. How do you want the purifying light of your sisters to do its work? Mercy?
Their blades
Um,
become vacuum cleaners.
yeah, just straight up fucking Ghostbusters that shit. Yeah, yeah, boy. No, they just like 3 of my sisters gang up on it and just beat the brakes off of it.
All right, yeah. I mean, it doesn't take much. It dissolves and with like a soundless, like what's left of it forms into like a screaming, enraged mouth that kind of inverts on itself and then just puffs into poisonous ash that floats to the warehouse floor. Uh, and it is gone. And I was gonna try and have it do one more AoE. Jotazo, what would you like to do?
I start attacking the one that I'm in.
That makes sense. It's a very easy target-rich environment. Ah, that does
13,
not quite hit.
23,
Oh, fuck.
23 hits.
and I am going to do my action surge. Why not?
Yeah, fair enough. That
17.
hits. That that hits.
So,
I hope a fucking crit hits, TM.
okay. It's 24
Okay.
and 54 damage.
Nice. Yes. All right. Okay. And yeah, just huge, like, honestly, a lot of it is just the sheer weight of the club that you're swinging or the hammer that you're swinging. There's just the force of it is taking gouts of ash out of its body and just like scattering it. And yeah, it doesn't seem to be liking that much. Anything else before we go on to its turn?
Oh, just keep holding my breath. And
Yeah, fair enough. It is going to try and recharge its area attack so that it
Oh,
has a
come on.
chance. Oh, right. I didn't do a
Boo.
wisdom save. Wisdom. And, dang it. No, I didn't pass. Well, it takes 8. Let me take that off. Eh. And, oh, nice. Okay. It recharges its area attack. And, yeah, you know what? It's gonna move here. It doesn't seem to be. You see how smart it is, but I think it's smart enough to notice. Kind of. No, it's not gonna move then. It's not that smart. It's just gonna area attack here. All right. Engulfing Storm. Dex
Dex
saving
save.
throw from everybody. You pass. Pass.
No damage for me.
That is not. It's not a pass.
Dexterity saving throw.
That is not a pass. Okay.
Shit.
Do the thing. 20 poison damage to those of you who did not pass, and your movement speed is halved. And I think Mercy, I think you have resistance, so that's auto halved. But let's
Yeah,
see.
I have resistance to
And those
poison,
of
so
you
I take what,
who
10?
passed and aren't Balthazar, you take half damage. So it's I think Jozo, you take 10. Uh, but yeah, that's its turn. Feels good.
Okay,
Mercy, you also had
just
advantage on the save.
Oh yeah, that's true. In which case you
Would
passed.
I?
Warforged have advantage against poison saves and resistance to the poison damage.
Huh.
Same as dwarves.
Okay.
just to put out there, it just occurred to me that I wouldn't have had to use that inspiration because I had Indomitable.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
If you wanna use that,
Oh,
if I can retroactively use that and get my inspiration back.
sure. Yeah, it's a resource. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
no, I have advantage on saving throws against being poisoned, not against attacks that involve poison.
Oh, that's true. That's
So
true.
I
It's a
would have taken
distinction that
10.
doesn't come up much, yeah.
That's true. All right. Yeah. Well, thank you for the honesty. Either way, 10 poison damage. And Jotazo, 10 poison.
Yep.
Mercy, your movement speeds have. Purser, you take the full 20. And Balthazar, you
Yep.
scornfully look at it. But it is now Mercy's turn. That was rather rude of it.
Yeah, that was. It's probably like peeling the paint off of my chassis, so to speak. Okay, how does the party look right now?
They're fine. I
I'm
think
Great.
Purser
assuming
isn't.
I'm assuming Purser's not in a good spot right now.
He never is, but
Yeah. Come join the the McKay adventuring party as they travel across the islands with Purser's unconscious body.
There's that, and what is it? I roll an additional one die. Where are you? Yeah. Okay. I'm assuming that the 26 hit.
Yes, that's a fair assumption.
Okay, so that's my first attack, and I'm going to attack again. Does a 14 hit?
14 does not quite hit.
And I don't have advantage on this because nobody's really in line.
I would say you have advantage. There's like it's partially surrounded and there's someone in it. I would say you're.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. In that case, oh, I couldn't see. Oh, he's right in front of me. Fuck. Okay, so 28.
That does hit. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So
How do you not see the giant lizard folk? That's
visual clutter
Listen.
and spicy. Shut up. 29, 33.
33. All right. You guys are putting the hurt on it. It does not like that. If it could run away, it would. Yeah, it just has no option but to take that damage. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Berser, you haven't heard a bell, you never will. What would you like to do?
Never. Like go to that sweet flame in the sky.
Someday you'll be able to convert fire into radiant, and then they'll all pay.
I'll see. I guess even once I join with the flame, there will be no bell. I'll just join the eternal fight.
Yeah.
But we're gonna get to this fight right now and just attack with the rapier twice.
Fair enough. That hits. That doesn't quite hit. But it's not a crit fail. Let me take
Yep.
that off that.
Purser does not want the piece of death. He wants problems.
Always. And anything else?
Nope, that'll be it.
All right. Balthazar. Everybody else seems to be having a hard time. Maybe they need to take their vitamins. What'd you like to do here?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't get it.
I'm doing better in the fucking Otic fight, so.
Well, that's because you were the only one in immediate eating range, so it just hyper focused on you.
22 to 23.
Yeah, those hit.
All right. 11
Well,
in a 20.
the 20 hits. You're ducking and diving between those crit fails. All right. So
29.
29. Okay. It's still okay.
Fucking really?
That's okay. Jotaro has us.
Anything else about the
I'm gonna laugh
Nope,
if you
that'll be
just
it.
like
All right.
completely flub this, and it's gonna be my spell again that does it.
Just what you like to do. You get the feeling there's like this thing, the little bits of it, there's just a vague humanoid outline. Okay, how would you like to do it before you roll damage? It's at 1.
God damn it.
Well, I want to clarify first things first. 18, 27 damage because
Uh-huh.
just for a record.
Yeah.
Yeah, just basically a case where I'm basically within its like area, and I just like swing a hammer almost like in a windmill shape, like in a neck pattern that like just
Windmill
clobber
of
the shit
friendship.
out of it.
Yep, it vanishes. Yeah. So it vanishes and the poisonous ash that is these things is now inert and is scattered against the walls and well, a lot of you, but yeah,
Oh, fuck
I
off.
I would say, Joseph wasn't in the room when these things showed up. If he had been, he would just start like swinging his hammer against the ash on the floor just to make sure.
Yeah, just smashed. You guys are leaving the most entertaining trail of random, like, shattered doors, broken walls. The fuck happened? There's some crazy vandal going around town.
Well, everybody gets 8 hit points.
There you go.
It's 8 more than I had.
I think you more than doubled
think-
Purser's.
I think at this rate, I should probably get some thieves' tools.
Nah, that's fine. Actually, if you could ask your friend there, he might have some skill in. He's not great with them, but he does know how to use to unlock things. Largely because it got tiring to lose keys and stuff occasionally for certain things.
If I can down time and have him teach me that, so I get proficiency, that'll be nice.
I mean, he's not gonna. Yeah, there'd be conditions, but yeah, he'd think about that.
We're talking about more tons of fun.
Yeah.
All right. Can
Of
you
course, he took levels in Rogue.
All right. All right. 1 orgy a week, but you must teach me.
I mean, yeah, that's more than that's a flat out yes. That's more than he was gonna ask for. Absolutely.
Yeah, that was a made up one. We'll have to actually discuss. This will be properly spoken to.
If he's in the driver's seat, 110%. But
Instead,
those.
he's got to be in the driver's seat. I can't put him in the mental cook chair.
All right, well, we're not touching any of that. For
Exactly. No.
myself.
No, we're not.
Um,
you told me very clearly your opinion on that.
No, it's
He-
just a matter of he probably has done everything.
Worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is standing in the background wearing a Superman outfit.
That's all right. So, but there doesn't seem to be any more threats in here, that you can see, at the moment. So, yeah. What would you guys like to do in these now completely safe warehouses?
That was entirely too strange to have been a coincidence.
Yeah.
I will say I look at V floors here and
Mhm.
remember that there were similar floors in the other place. But wise purser, there was also ash in other warehouse.
But I'm that is a fair point. But further investigation, I will short circuit. Purser, now that your arcane check still kind of holds here. Where looking around, now that you're not hyper focusing on the ash on the floor, you see on the walls of this warehouse and somewhat on the other one, there are basically binding runes and a very very well hidden spell circuits set in to contain these elementals. You see, for the other warehouse, they seem to have been broken, or maybe they just the elemental in question basically had enough time to get free. That happens sometimes if it's a very loose binding. It doesn't seem slapdash, but it doesn't seem like somebody put a ton of effort into this. This is
Yeah,
the equivalent of a junkyard dog. It's yeah, the fence will keep it in probably, but mostly I'm relying on it doesn't want to get out. It just wants to eat children when they come in type thing. Um, standard pity behavior. So
so
that's
clearly
that's what
someone who knows what they're doing, but not enough to actually make it good enough.
well, yeah, definitely somebody who knows what they're doing. And it could be a matter of incompetence, or it could be a matter of just they don't really care if it gets loose and
Hmm.
causes problems or whatever. It's just these are here to keep people or whatever from fucking around in the warehouse.
So it was clearly a guard and not just bound to power or something actually for the warehouse.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
And like I said, someone
so
locked a junkyard dog in.
that's strange, but is it clear that the elemental just broke free over time? Is there any sign of tampering?
Looking at the other place, you would guess that it's probably an overtime thing and a lack of maintenance. Like
Okay.
comparing the two runes, it's like, yeah, someone who hasn't really been maintaining either. It's just that warehouse, maybe somebody like accidentally rammed a hand truck into the wall or whatever. Somebody fucked up that rune, and that was all that was needed for whatever was in there to get
How
out.
how long has it been loose?
There's no real way to tell that. Um,
Has it been more than a day? Can I
Almost
tell that?
certainly. Almost
Because that
certainly, but yeah.
it would have attacked anyone that came inside.
Yeah, like that's the thing. And maybe there's certain conditions that need to activate. Um, you could give me another Arcana check to see, like, to really delve into the, like, go to, turn on when people Google search for, how to make bomb or something. Okay, so for this one, it's pretty clear that it was the breaking of the doors that activated it. Like basically breaking of the physical structure
Okay.
is what like let these things become something other than just soot on the floor.
Okay. So it wasn't a danger to anyone else until we broke it. Okay.
Basically, yeah.
I was worried that I'd have to do like storm into the head office and have some words.
Well, this is
Because
definitely not standard security. Like if Lyrander could lock these kinds of things as just standard warehouse guards, they would be charging way more for use of these warehouses. Like this is almost certainly not a service they're providing.
well, it's Civis that does binding, but yeah.
Well, either way, like yeah, this is not Dragon Mark House stuff. Also, I would say
It
just
could be
from
a Sulitar technique, I guess.
like reading through it, the fact that most of the script is in Giant, yeah, this is probably a
Mm,
Sulitar.
it's fair enough, and it is a reasonable defensive precaution. Like it was only a threat because we damaged it in breaking in, so
Yeah,
it
Joseph's eyes narrow upon finding out it was the thief elves.
I knew it.
yeah,
Any
if
excuse.
it was some like Corvarin like middle manager not like paying maintenance fees and stuff like that, Purser would have been a lot angrier.
They wouldn't have been nearly as lethal if that was the case. The Sulitar are typically, I wouldn't say like better in mass because they can't do it as much, but they have higher magic, not as wide, would be
Right.
how I would approach like the way they do shit. So they're able to do a little more potent. It's just not everyone can do the. You can't just call a mage right typically. So
This is probably something we should look at politically speaking, because I don't really like the idea of having these like clearly greater elementals just potentially loose in the middle of the town.
it's just
Like
basic
it's some
security. I don't know why you're so mad. They weren't slaves, kind of. They were.
yes, but it's like if every car had just like an open hood combustion engine just like spitting out fumes. Yeah, it still does what it does, but it is an unnecessary danger that we should look into legislating somewhat.
I
Make
like to think
sure that there's like procedures and
I like
standards.
I like to think it's closer to the South African security system they put on like high-end cars in the early 2000s where they'd hook up fucking flamethrowers to the underside of their goddamn cars. Like, yeah, this is excessive for someone breaking into your fucking warehouse.
And it's fine if it's regulated properly and licensed. Because like if we had been properly breaking in, we would have like looked at records and to see, oh, this guy has a license for like a CR20 elemental to defend his place. Like we're
Yeah,
gonna do
that's
this a
fair.
bit more carefully.
That's fair. Okay. But other than that reveal, now that you have time to look around here, I will say, mm, you guys, if you could give me investigations if you want to like properly really look around to see if anything stands out or what have you.
I certainly will.
Okay.
Oh, come on.
I mean,
Ah!
it's double digits. It's double digits. Like,
I rolled a 2.
but it's still double digits. At least you're not 18 getting like a roll of 7. Uh, um, if it's just 2 people, I'm cool with that. Does anybody else want to chip in for investigation? Feel
Just
confident
as
in it?
though is in a case where like he's a if no one finds anything, he'll start tossing tables. But
Not really his
he
thing. Yeah.
he has a little bit of self restraint to like you know maybe the wise ones can find it their way. If
Hmm.
not, then he's going to just start trashing the place looking for things.
Yeah. It's fair.
Don't
I
be
will say,
too destructive, Jotsuso. I'm sure there's expensive things in here too.
I mean,
Money.
the Warehouse 12 definitely has expensive shit. Like that would you rack up a bill. Um, but looking around, collective roll, I would say you're able to find. You know what? The telltale thing here, you can't find anything in specific, but you can find mostly by following your nose, uh, like the ash smell, the burnt gasoline ash smell covers up a lot of it. But you do find signs of, um, like, looks like maybe, well, it takes you a moment to recognize it. It's that oh so familiar odor of the sewers, specifically around one of these barrels back here in warehouse 14. And I would say probably a little bit like around here too, but there's no crates where there are, but you can see the indentations of where like there were a bunch of crates here in the ash. Um, but if you go over and take a look at one of these like big um, casks, like a quick knock on it reveals that it sounds quite hollow. And opening it up, you just see there's currently nothing inside other than um, the I would say a little bit of residue that looks suspiciously like Balthazar's personal stash in here. Huh. Let me turn off Mercy's aura. I think it's probably done by now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And just to clarify, it's just snake heroin. It's not a secret tunnel to the sewers.
It is not a secret tunnel to the sewers.
Okay.
Secret
But
tunnel.
there are like plenty of sewer grates around here. But nothing like immediately close to the warehouse. It seems like um, they probably would need to come up somewhere else and then just like wheelbarrow it into the through the streets, which wouldn't look
How
that
much did you
odd.
say there was?
Just a like trace, little bits of trace elements of it, like a couple,
Oh,
you
so
know.
there were crates here, but there aren't now.
Yeah, there were crates in warehouse 12 and
Okay.
over in warehouse 13 or 14, excuse me. There's an empty barrel that
Okay.
looks like it's used to store the stuff.
Hmm. We've definitely chanced upon a lead here. Um, did you come up with the answer to who owns this warehouse?
I mean, like, is that at me? Because who
Yes.
owns the warehouse? It technically, House Lyrander owns the warehouse. It can be
Oh,
rented out. It's
okay.
like if you go to the head office and like inquire, that is public information as far as who's renting it. They would reveal that the warehouse 12 is being rented by, honestly, I would probably say a trading group, a joint Ondarian trading group, who they have a deal with Ludger's trade branch as well. So like they bring in luxury goods from Onondair and Corvair, and they're traded. And Warehouse 14 actually has a deal with some of the up and coming Dargan Goblin merchants, where like they're basically selling
Really?
bulk pig iron and stuff in exchange for food from for the first wave of exported food goods from Mishann. So
Okay.
yeah, it's not good iron by Corvair standards, but it is iron.
It's cheap.
Yeah, and that is also I won't say it's as tightly, but it's definitely in agreement with Ludger's like aspiring will flood the market with cheap iron thing.
Hmm. So Purser's gonna like jot some things down in his notebook and write out a quick message to the. I think it was the guard captain that set us on this, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
So I'm gonna like jot down a quick message for him, letting them know that we are making progress in the investigation, and I'll request that they send a couple of guards here just to keep an eye on things, since we did bust the doors down.
Yeah. Now don't
Also,
get mad, but yeah.
also likely to make sure that like no one messes with the evidence of like the snake hair one that we found.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
fair.
I know
I
it's
don't
not
want to
a
be too
lot of it.
direct in case someone's paying attention that we don't want, but I'm going to be like, hey, this is what went down. We found some evidence here. Just make sure no one comes in and, ransacks the place.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, Purser's not a subtle investigative type. He's the, like, every problem is a nail type.
And I have God's hammer. Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, I'll jot that down and, like, fold it and seal it with a little bit of my freshly potted sealing wax. And I'll summon Pearl. Or no, she's down in the sewer. Huh.
She is.
That is a problem.
You could
I'll
summon your stupid
I'll
fucking
summon
horse.
Redemptor. I'll like whistle really loudly, and he'll come running from anywhere within a mile.
Yeah, cue the Red Dead Redemption, like the horse runs off the cliff and like slams down it.
And yeah, I'll give the like little envelope to Redemptor, like clenching it between his teeth, and send him to the like guard post to find the captain.
Well,
The
I like
only
to think
fucking horse
she's.
in town.
I like to think that she's like in a meeting or something like that, and literally like this horse just literally like makes its way up
Busts
to
in
like the
through the
second,
window.
like the second story or some shit, and just like
Uh,
Politely knocks on the door to be let in.
well, I'm gonna say let's take a 10-minute break here, because I'm getting a phone call, and we will come back to it after that.
Okay, I might be a little bit longer than that, but yes.
I figured also the timing would let you give you a chance to travel. So
Yes.
cool.
I will be back in a bit, guys.
Yep. am back.
Okay, looks like we're just waiting on Dan.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, if we got everybody else, what's do you guys have any ideas about where to go next here in the fine city of, or well, town of Mishann? Uh, since you have alerted the guard that, hey, we think this warehouse was being used in part of the smuggling ring. Um, and you know that there's something suspicious at the Lucky Moon Inn.
You're
Uh,
coming a little bit broken.
okay. You know what? Let me try and disconnect and reconnect it. I'm not sure what else to do there. Okay. It
Like
says
I
I
was
have.
getting the gist of it. It's just
Yeah, no, I get you. It says I have full like 42, so it's like a solid signal. So I don't know. But I was just doing a recap of basically where you're at. Uh, uh, what uh, what do you guys want to do next? Does anybody have any ideas that they want to follow? You know, follow the lead you have, follow the, break into the Lucky Moon, or otherwise try and follow that. Um, or do you want to just try and wait until tomorrow night and check out, which that site where the flying beetles land on Monday night on the edge of town? All kinds of stuff. What calls to you? Or really any other thing too. Just those are the current leads you have.
um. I
I mean, we
mean,
could go talk to Dagno.
Okay, that's certainly an option. And let's see here. Okay. Yeah, if you want to go follow that lead. Um, he's yeah, if I remember correctly, you were told that he often hangs around at the inn, but he is also like I think it was go to the inn because that's where he spends a lot of his time, during the day at least. I think. Yeah, yeah. Dagnall spends most of his days at the inn. Yeah. Do you want if you could do that, you could go and try and track this disenfranchised fellow down.
Because we do know that he uses it, so we can try to like
Who's your dealer? Yeah,
bust and
absolutely. Yeah,
yeah.
that's a lead. Okay. I'm not hearing anything else, so we'll try the Lucky Moon Inn then. Yeah, going back to the inn. Yeah, yeah, I would say it's about four something. Most of the like they've already been through the day's siesta, so there's still most of the agricultural sector is still working. They work until sundown in order to really maximize what they can have come in. But enough people are off work one way or another at this point. It's about four. Um, that the place is a little more busy, um, and it's still not at anywhere near its peak, but it's definitely busy. And yeah, you can ask around for Dagnall. Let's see, at 4 o'clock. Yeah, he would still be there. Dagnall is a rail thin, somewhat unhealthy looking human. He doesn't look anywhere near as bad as Salem, where he's just like obviously he's got that crazy homeless man look. Dagnall does not have that. Dagnall just looks honestly he could look if he was in like overalls and he wouldn't look out of place among a lot of the Corvaran settlers who do agricultural work all day. Like this is still very much most people here make a living day to day. But he does look a little unhealthy even for that. He's thinner than is probably optimal, pretty bad bags under the eyes, just doesn't look like he's been eaten much or paying basic attention to, washing himself as much as he should. He doesn't
Mhm.
absolutely stink, but yeah, could definitely use a shower, change of clothes type thing. Or at least a hit at the cleansing stone, which is what most people do. But yeah, he's there at the bar, like, you know, very slowly nursing one drink. How would you guys like to approach?
Um,
Um,
but you probably have a better suggestion than I do. Just as though is not the investigative or subtle type, so
yeah, I mean, neither is Mercy. Her approach would be pretty direct.
presumably we just both look at Balthazar.
The fuck you want me to do? What, want me to standing long jump and catch the beetles?
You you are noble. That that means you must be good diplomat. That is what I heard about nobles in Kuravar.
I not really. No.
I mean,
I may be from a noble bloodline doesn't mean I like being a noble.
yeah,
Doesn't help that Gildazo. Doesn't help that when I was about the age of being considered an adult, give or take, my entire family was killed horribly. So didn't really get much time to practice.
Mm.
that's Jotazo's investigative methods. What I just put in memes.
That little shit deserved it. Ah, that entire movie is like just chaotic fucking neutral.
It's evil. Yeah. But
I'll
yeah,
get you, and I'll make it look like a bloody accident.
but yeah, he's like I said, he's still there, sipping on the cheapest beer he can get, and just looking around shady, looking around all shady like.
Okay. Oh boy.
My theory is that we know that the bug delivery is coming soon,
Monday night. Yep, tomorrow night.
Monday night. We could. I doubt Gas Century is watching. I'm guessing. Well, what I would think if I was doing airdrops like this is put it in the fields, in the far back fields.
Well,
Maybe Bammy will see something.
you know that some of it they're putting in the warehouse, but you don't know like they're obviously not just like airdropping it and then just like rolling it through town completely. It does seem to go into the sewers from the edge of town. Um, but
Do
and
we? I doubt we have a city plan of the sewer system at the edge of town.
well, I mean, you know how to get there.
That's
Like
where we were at. Like
yeah, like
we
that's
went
But
the
through the
there's got to
sewers.
be. But there's other entrances. There's got to be.
oh yeah, there's a ton of entrances and stuff, but I'm just saying like you know one route they take. Like you're morally confident based off of what you've seen in the sewers. You're able to follow like basically wheelbarrow tracks to the exit that led you there. And you know that it kind of leads to the inn, and you know that somehow it goes to the warehouse. But there's there's some missing points in that line, and you suspect, although there's no proof, that the innkeeper is in on it. See what I did there? And that you're not sure what the warehouse connection is as far as like people, but you know that it's stored there.
Okay.
Okay.
My theory will be on watching the sewer entrances.
Okay.
You know that you could just rent a room that happens to be overlooking it and just take a look.
Yeah, given the 3 that we currently have, we might do less damage just doing a stakeout and then jumping them when they land their giant fuck off beetles, rather than trying to
And
like.
if we really need to threaten them, we got the Utyug.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. So you're gonna leave Dagnall here and go for the stakeout thing tomorrow night?
Because the only thing I could think of is literally just have like Jojozo stand like 6 inches behind him, staring. What, and then have Mercy talk to him to basically like good cop, bad cop. Like
I mean, I do have a +4 to intimidation and a +0 to persuasion.
Okay. I mean, yeah, you could absolutely do that. You are in the middle of a bar, so if you just start like hammering away at his fingernails or something, they'll notice. But yeah, beyond that, no,
Curse.
we're with the law as you just like viciously torturing a man in the corner of the bar. I think I have to call someone.
I am part of the Adeptus Arbites. There's no
Oh
one to
no.
call.
No. Um
I will say like I hate that in 5e, like both intimidation and persuasion use fucking charisma. Like rather than giving like letting you use like strength or something to lean into your physical stature or some shit. Like
I would allow
Well,
you
I
to
mean,
use
my understanding is
strength.
that if like you can justify how you're using a different stat block to do it, like with my
That's
belt
what
of
I've
giant
been
strength,
doing. Yeah, like
yeah, like if I like shatter a chair or like break a stone in my bare hands while staring menacingly at him, it's like, do you understand what's going to happen to you if you don't answer my questions?
yeah,
Like,
like I'm fine with using swapping like it's as long as you give me a decent reason. Yeah, it's you can't just like brainlessly roll, but if you give me a decent reason, yeah, works for me.
okay. So I'm up for like just standing behind him intimidatingly while Mercy talks to him, but that's about the only idea Jotsuto has.
well,
Okay.
do we actually like? I only suggested Dagnall because we know that he's a user. We know that he might know a dealer that we can then talk to. Do we just wait until tomorrow night when the delivery comes in and just I I'll have Dawn again by then. like the
Sure.
surprise,
Middle,
motherfuckers!
middle of
Leave
the
none
night.
alive. Yeah, that's sure. Yeah, that'll yeah. Sure. I mean, however you guys want to do it. This is a game about
Purser,
choice.
you are. This is probably a fantastic time for you to come back because the three of us
Okay.
were lost on like how to like
How to talk
proceed.
to man in corner of bar. There's been 10 minutes of how to talk to man.
Yeah,
The closest thing the 2 ideas that we came up with is either have Jotsuto stand like 6 inches behind him, staring like just like doing wizard breathing, while Mercy talked to him, or set up an ambush at the beetle landing site and nuke them with the dawn spell the moment
Well,
they
okay, now,
land.
well, I didn't say the moment that they landed. I also have daylight, which could just completely bathe their landing zone in bright light, and then if they didn't surrender, that's when dawn comes in to
Why would they surrender? They're smuggling. They don't all right, here's the deal. Immediately 9 limelights slam into their eyes. Surrender. What's going on? They're resisting. Open
Stop
fire.
resisting.
So, first off, I'll apologize again for my extra lateness. I was
No, you're
conducting a
good.
dog handoff and saying farewell to my sister.
You're good, man.
So what actually happened since I left?
Nothing.
Not
We've
much.
literally been
Well-
decision paralysis
Something
without-
happened.
without the one attack chimp in the party.
Yeah, so literally I gave a recap. I said, here's the lead you currently have. There was some discussion that maybe they're hiding some of the drugs in the fields.
Okay.
And then Mercy's pointed out, we know Dagnall is a user. Let's go see where he is. He usually spends most of his days in the inns, at the inn, nursing a drink or just generally hanging around,
Sure.
being kind of scuzzy. So the party went there, and they're currently standing arguing about how to make him, tell where drugs are, type thing. But yeah, that's the entirety.
You didn't need me for this. Just walk up and talk to him.
It is more
By
my
the
concern whether or not
flame.
that is an appropriate thing to do.
What wise one? You are much better at pleasant questioning. The three of us are only good at harsh questioning.
I do appreciate the words of confidence, Jotazo. Let's just speak with him and see what he knows. He doesn't want to be addicted to these substances any more than I do. I'm sure he'll see
I
reason.
do not know if that is an accurate statement.
He may wish to use them more than I, but
Yeah,
no one wishes to be trapped in a hole with no escape. He'll
he's
cling
just
to
about-
any rope that catches him.
He's just about finished his beer at this point. Even doing very slow, obviously just lingering. And yeah, he's there at the bar, looking around, nibbling on some of the shitty hardtack that's very salty, meant to make you drink more. What would you guys like to do?
Okay. Yeah, as he's finishing up the bar, Mercy's head just kind of just turns and locks on him. And yeah, she walks over to him.
Dagnall?
Who wants to know? Whoa. Yeah. You're not. What do you want?
Oh crap! What was the other guy's name? Salen?
Yes.
Okay.
Hello, I am Mercy 7, and I am operating as a public health officer for this town. Salen told me that you were having issues that I might be able to help you with.
Thalen told you that, did he? I didn't think he was working with you folks. I ain't got nothing to say to to clankers.
Did you just say the C word as my hands come through the wall and break his neck?
No. Mercy's eyes smile, and she rests her hand on his shoulder, and she just starts to slowly squeeze.
I think it would be best if you came with us.
What are you doing? Get over me! And he's definitely clearly making a scene as you're slowly breaking his arm.
So
I'm not gonna
I'll
squeeze that hard.
I'll lay a hand on Mercy's arm, playing good cop to try and diffuse the situation just a little bit, and say, "Look, Dagnall, I'll be completely honest with you. We're just here to help the town. These substances that have been smuggled in, I there's no telling what harm they might cause. One person has already been nearly killed. I just want to protect our little town here, and if you have any information that might help us, it would be enormously helpful. I'm not going to tell him that the person that was almost killed was me.
Yeah, that's true. Especially given how regular that is. Listen, I don't know what all you guys are. I don't know what anybody's looking for. I'm just I'm just minding my business here.
So I'll hold up a little vial of the snake heroin and just like pop the cork off in front of him and kind of wave it around just a little bit.
He kind of narrows his eyes. What's going on? What's what in Kyber do you want? I ain't telling you. I ain't telling no officers nothing.
We are no officers. We're just here to help. What can you tell us about where this stuff is coming from?
This one's an officer. It said it was.
Yeah, it lied.
Mercy was an officer during the war, not of
I take
the
great offense at
guard.
that. I was not an officer. I worked for a living.
Shut up. You don't live. Uh, listen. If you're looking to, uh, yeah, I think I should probably go. I don't know what you folks are doing. But um, there's nothing I know about any strange stuff going on here. So I'm
Really?
gonna go.
I would like to make an insight check.
He is lying. I'm just gonna say right now.
Yeah, Mercy, less on his his actual shoulder, but she just
Yeah,
balls
you
her
don't even
fist
need to make
into her.
much of a check here. It's like it's a crackhead. Yeah, you can. They have inhuman powers, but you actually have superpowers. You're good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just her hand closing into a fist on his clothing and just twists to tighten.
You are not going to go anywhere until you
Reddit,
answer our
hey,
questions.
There's
who
no
hurt
need
me?
there's
I'll
no need
break
for
your damn
threats,
wrist if you don't stop
Mercy.
moving.
We're here to
That
help.
was not a threat. That was a promise. He is not leaving until he answers our questions.
Dagnell, we help us to help you. This I can see in your eyes that you've used this stuff. It isn't good.
All right, listen. You gotta get these things off of me. I ain't going anywhere. I'm not. Here, I'll tell you something, but you gotta let me go here. This ain't right. They're hurting me. Hey, he's trying to like get other people's
Yeah.
attention. There's a
I'll
few curious people looking in the bar, but
no one that'll mess with us.
no, not by and large. Like,
See,
Unless,
I'll
obviously, if we make too much commotion that we're looking around, they might call off for drop or whatever. But
right. But we have leeway
is-
here, and we should use it.
which is the only reason why Jotsuzo hasn't just really
walk in,
picked
beat
up.
him over the head, and drag him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just give like a nod toward Mercy and say, "Let him go. There's no need for this roughness. Well, we can talk like civilized people."
Yeah, that's what. Right. Uh, and he like glances around. Well, I ain't saying anything. And he means, listen, if you, if you need, if you really want to know something, meet me outside. And he's gonna, like, tentatively check to see that no one's gonna, like, strangle him with, like, magic arms or supernatural strength, and then he, like,
Yep, I'll follow
casually
him
half
outside.
runs out. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not letting him out of my sight.
Oh, okay. So it's his attempts at like, oh, I don't have nothing. I wouldn't talk to cops. Like he's followed by cop outside.
Yeah, it's too much of a ploy to like slip up or slip and just get away.
Yeah,
if he
I
tries
get
to run,
She
I'm
goes
whole
outside. There's a
personing
scary
him.
fucking horse.
you.
Ah!
The fuck? Yeah.
uh,
You guys are monsters. But
he's not wrong. Okay, so Mercy will lay a gold piece on the bar top, and just not to anyone in particular, but just hello, I am Mercy 7. As a public health officer, I am dedicated to making sure that people do not go too far in their drink. He had had too much.
yeah, and the barkeep just it sounds like it, friend. Always glad to see you in here. Lorenzo. Yep.
Thank you for
Although
your
Lorenzo
cooperation.
does watch you and him go like very closely as you guys go outside.
Isn't Lorenzo literally one of our chief suspects?
Yep.
Yeah, he's a small town tavern keep. There's not a whole lot he can do to stop us. It's just a matter of how much he can get away.
But yeah, if you guys successfully like all but openly follow this scuzzy guy outside. All right. First of all, I ain't saying nothing without some gold. I know you guys got gold. I seen the tower. I want I want 100 gold.
Okay, yeah, Mercy just grabs
Alright, how
him by
about 10?
both shoulders,
Yeah, I
picks
was
him
gonna
up, and
say.
goes.
So this is what happens. To that, Jojo grabs his coin pouch with 100 gold pieces and hits him on the head with it.
So there's multiple people beating the
Let-
shit out of him. One person says, "What about 10?" while he's just being like
Is,
blackjacked.
I really recommend, man. I think 10 is a better option.
is this like
No,
clubbing him over the
after-
head with a bag of gold, or just like bopping him with it?
Like bopping him, but like
Oh, okay.
painfully. Like not enough to concuss, but enough that it hurts. Before he responds, "Would you like another 100 gold?"
If you're like aggressively swinging it at him in any way, I will swap to take the hit. Like, let's not torture the poor man. Look at his eyes; he's already been through enough.
So what's
He's
about
barely
torture and
conscious.
more?
He's being he's being half strangled while he's basically hit with a blackjack. Like,
I'm
good
nowhere
God.
near his neck.
Friends, please let's let him speak.
He is
You'll
asking for
have
far
your
too much
gold.
money. He is asking for far too much money, and he was being watched by one of our chief suspects. I think he should be begging for us to keep him safe while we figure this out, rather than asking us for money.
He's barely conscious. Listen, just give me some money. I need money to get out of here. I gotta go. You made it all. You messed it all up.
Messed up. Messed what up?
They're gonna kill me if I stay here. I need money to get away.
Who's going to
Who's
kill you,
they?
Daniel?
Don't hit me with it, but I want money.
You'll get money if you tell us who will kill you and where is he.
Give me some first. Don't hit me with it.
And in the grand scheme, it's not a lot of money. Just
I mean, he'd accept 10 at this point if you're not beating him with it. Like, he's just...
yeah, I'll
That
give
was
him.
more of a response for him having the audacity to ask
to
for
ask
100
for
fucking
100.
gold.
No, I get it. I'm not without condoning
I
or
did heal him for
condemning.
9
I
hit points,
understand.
so.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he hadn't actually taken much, but yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
I'll give him like 10 pieces and.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay. So, listen, it's yeah, the bar's a spot where we're get sold out. I think, but the main guy selling it is Gacken. He's like one of them Southern tribes guys. It's
It is always the Southern tribe. I find that greatly irritating.
well, I mean, some of it is. There's some northern guys, I guess, that are involved too, but I think they mostly like move it along the river. But yeah, it's there's a
They
drop
must
off out in the edge of town on Mole, middle of the night, and then it comes into the into the inn, and then Gacken hands it out, and some of us try and sell it in town and stuff. Uh, and you know, I don't know what happens when it leaves town.
Only through the inn that you know of?
Well, I mean, it, they they give it to a couple of us, and we sell it, but we get it at the inn. That's usually where we, show up on. One sec here. What's the day? On Zol
Hmm.
early in the morning. It's like sometimes before sun up. They let us in, and we get packages, and then we sell it out rest of the week.
Do you have any competition in town? Any other groups selling this stuff?
What? No. I mean, my competition is Beryl down at the docks. She keeps outselling me.
But no rival gangs, anything like that?
No, I mean, no, not really. We're working with it's some crazy elf name. Uh, the northern group that we work with, they ain't really the same thing. Um, I don't like them. They're spooky, and they got this giant lizard folk guy who's working with them, but he doesn't talk or act like a lizard folk. It's funny. I don't like being near that guy.
Giant lizard folk?
I guess he's like this one, but big. Bigger.
How much bigger?
I don't know, couple
out of
foot or
curiosity,
two.
would this
Oh, so it's just
remind me?
actually big, not like a different kind of giant creature.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. Go ahead, Scott.
Okay. Would it be based? Sorry. Would it be something like or would Joseph know about this? It's something I remember. Out of character. Um, the one super sketchy clan, the Junkyard Dogs. No, not them. Nuxavaro had like a bunch of lizard folk that got like mind fucked
Oh,
because
yeah, yeah.
they messed with the former head when he was like a young guy. So like
It
he hunted
could
down that
be.
entire tribe, and this could be like a delayed like revenge plot or some shit.
It could be. You don't have enough information yet, to be honest. Like big lizard folk doesn't. You're about average size for lizard folk. Like you're not short, but you're not like when lizard folk get big, they tend to cross the line into large. So it's
Okay.
yeah, it's just the equivalent of like a 6'8" guy. Like that's tall, that's big, but it's not completely outside the bell curve. Uh, let's
Yeah, my
see.
concern was that it was just like something else entirely, and he was just mistaking it. Like it was a,
Oh yeah,
I don't know, like a lizard-headed giant Rakshasa or something
yeah,
weird,
yeah, and he's just
or
like,
a
it's a lizard
dragon.
guy. I don't know. No, no, it does not seem to be that. So,
Okay.
let's see, where is it here? There it is.
And
Yeah, they call themselves like Fog Shadow or something, something
Fog
elvish,
Shadow.
He like gives kind of a snort, elves. Even if they're
Ah,
funny, then yeah, act crazy.
and tell us about. I don't want to say the name Lorenzo in case like someone's listening, but I'm gonna like subtly like try and gesture in his direction, and if he doesn't get it, I'll just say the name.
Oh, we're
Yeah,
outside.
yeah. He doesn't get it initially, but yeah, like once. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, he's bitched about it a few times, but he doesn't say anything when we deal here at the tavern.
Hmm. He's not the
whines about it.
ringleader.
Nah, he's just the local guy.
Hmm.
He gets paid. Can't bitch. Gets better money than me. I'd love to be making that kind of money.
Well, Dagnell, you've been very helpful, and this
Yeah, this is good, but I could use more if you don't hit me with it. That'd help me get further away.
I
What
feel
I
like
ca-
it might be best for all of our interests if you remain a guest at our base
I was actually
while
about
we
to say
get things
exactly the
sorted
same
out.
thing.
Yeah, I don't know if that'd be the best thing.
That was not a choice.
Mercy,
I smack my hand with my gold coin pouch again.
please, we won't force him into it, but we will tell him that it is the safest place in the entire city. I
I
mean,
heard
no
about safe before. They
small
said,
number of adventurers are there, and we'd pay them good wages to protect the people of the city, including you, Dagnell.
yeah. I heard about safe before. Was supposed to be safe on the back, the rear lines. Yeah, I'll take my chances. Damn clankers.
I can't say that I'm happy to hear that, but it is your choice.
I do not agree with that statement, friend Purser.
No, Mercy, we should let him go his own way, and let whatever ills befall him happen in plain sight. I like wink.
Yes. Right. Well, if you're just gonna give me all this for all that, that's fine. Bye. And he just like gives Mercy one last glare and scampers off.
That went better than I could have expected.
You did prove his theory about being replaced. So the clankers are coming to replace us all. Yeah.
Balthazar.
Mercy punches the in wall.
That's fair.
Balthazar, I think you should follow him and keep an eye on him in case he's waylaid by the people that we're hunting.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah, I get it.
Y-
Yeah,
You're by far the stealthiest among us.
No, that's you and Mercy.
That's a good one.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that's not a bad idea actually to have Balthazar. Do you want to have some method of communication with him in case something fucking happens again? The last time you did this, Bemi almost died very bad, very brutally.
We'll follow as well, but he can stick closer. We'll be like,
Okay,
a
okay,
block or two down.
okay,
So
I get you.
he's following
And
Dagnell,
you're
we're
following
following him.
Okay, okay, that makes the most sense.
So
All
we
right,
can keep a better distance and stay stealthier.
that is fair. Then you know what? Before we end for the week, why don't I get a stealth check from Balthazar to see if he can.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Anyone
Well,
want to give me their inspiration?
there's a
Well,
chance.
okay,
Sure.
so you did have two.
No, it's he. Let's not make him use his actually reservable one. At the end of a session, I'll give him mine.
All right. I'm
Okay.
going
You could roll again or go
14.
with 14. Up to you.
I'll do 14.
All right, fair enough. That is double digits at least. It's definitely respectable. Okay. Then in that case, next week we will see what happens as you guys follow Dagnall through the streets of the dark streets of Mishann in the middle, in like late evening, or not even late evening. It's like 5 o'clock.
It was
So
dark and rainy nights in the streets of Mishann.
it shouldn't be, but the storm spire turned it on. So
He came in like a grenade. He had a job for me, a duty.
I didn't want to ask why they wanted me to throw food in this woman's face, but a job is a job.
You can't be picky about the jobs you take in these mean streets.
I'm doing business around a barrel fire, all right? Yeah, I take whatever they give me. Yeah, I hope everybody had fun.
Yeah.
And next week, hopefully, we will solve the mystery of the smugglers. You got a lot of it laid out here. Now it's just a matter of pinning down this apparently tribal fella who's like the lead contact for when they land. There's some kind of weird named group of northern drow who like ship it out of the place, and I won't say ringleader, but definitely it's being slung at the inn by Lorenzo, so or at least people affiliated with him.
Yeah.
So
And Mercy
yeah,
really does not like being called Clanker. Weird.
shocker, yeah, racial slurs. Um, but yeah, I will. Let's see, what's next week. 21st. Does anyone know right now why they would be able to make it on the 21st?
It's fine with me.
That's my anniversary weekend.
Ah, okay. So that might be a off day for Mercy. That would be pretty understandable actually. And other Sam, Scott, how's it
Yeah, it'll be good.
sounding good for you? Okay.
Oh, you know, I'm not going anywhere, so.
Yeah, fair. Hey, I wanted to check. I never know these things. But all right. In that case, with 3 people, I might either do a Forgotten Realms one shot, or maybe I'll throw together something. I want to have something ready for like if we've missed multiple sessions and like it's 3 people like 6 times in a row, and it's like I don't want to run with 4 people, but I don't want to let the game collapse. I might make up something for like level 1 or level 3 characters in the more holds, the more dwarf holds of Corvair. If any, but if like, how's that sound for people? Does that sound like something that'd be fun to like hop in and do low level adventures? It's very Minds of Moria coded, but Cthulhu's down there, not like Cockney fucking gobos.
It's a big surprise to me, but sounds fun.
Yeah, huge surprise. Last night I was like, Dan, what area sounds fun? I've never done more holds. All right, yeah, sure. But how's that sound for other people? Because it's really an everyone thing. Like this is an emergency plan so that we don't get too out of habit if circumstances plot against us and we miss multiple sessions. I'm not too worried about it, but I wanted to put that out there.
Hmm.
Oh, let me turn off recording. Sorry.